into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Can you believe kids are already going back to school? And while it's hard to admit, that means another allergy season is just around the corner. Set your appointment today at Aspire Allergy and Sinus and find a solution for the whole family. Studies show that kids with allergies have a hard time concentrating in school and have more absences than those without allergies. So what are you waiting for? Go to aspireallergy.com and book your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Celebrate your love this summer at International Diamond Center and get a free romantic getaway on us. It's the Summer of Romance event, now for a limited time at IDC. Make any jewelry purchase over $3,500 and pack your bags for a free trip. It's a great time to get that engagement ring and let IDC buy your honeymoon. Here's how it works. If you spend $3,500, IDC will give you a 3-day, 2-night hotel getaway with a $100 Visa card for spending. Choose from a dozen romantic cities. Or spend $5,000 on her jewelry and IDC will give you a 3 or 4-night luxury cruise for 2. Spend $10,000 and you'll get a 5-day, 4-night stay at an upscale tropical all-inclusive resort. Choose from 4 countries. Listen, if you're getting engaged, celebrating an anniversary, or just want to get away for some romance, IDC has it covered. You buy the ring, we'll give the getaway. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Details and restrictions at shopidc.com. International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennial, and Waterford Lakes.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Can you believe it's already August with kids getting ready to go back to school and we're heading into the height of the hurricane season? That's why having the right windows and doors makes such a difference. And here to help me explain why is Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen.
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors are engineered to withstand high-velocity impacts, providing enhanced protection against flying debris during storms, keeping your home safe and secure.
As always, Renewal by Andersen has a great deal to help you get started. Chelsea, what are you offering in August?
We're excited to offer our triple savings month. $300 off windows and $825 off patio doors. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus offer, the first 50 callers get a free True Scene insect screen upgrade.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Just like Chelsea said, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Official part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, August 4th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Texas Democrats on the run to comedy movies are making a big comeback, and Tropical Storm Dexter is ready for prime time. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
How we doing?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Pretty good.
Not terrible.
What
hanging in there.
happened,
Lots.
Saline?
What happened with him? What are you talking about?
No, not terrible. Just
Yeah.
it was Monday.
Oh,
If he flat out said terrible, that would be a real bad foot to start off on. Just,
Also,
how you doing?
The inflection that I said it went terrible. Huh?
That's when you know things are actually wrong. If you say terrible,
I'm hanging by a thread. How about you guys?
if terrible is said with a smile, there's something real bad going
Very
on.
long legs.
It's
if you
not.
ask me.
Not great. All right, we got a lot to talk about on a Monday, obviously. Let's start out as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to South Carolina, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Where a police stop is underway. And an officer, once again, thinks because they've touched the Narcan, or they've touched the fentanyl, I should say, rather, that they are dying. They are dying in the moment. They have touched the fentanyl, and there's like, get me the Narcan. And the other officer goes to get it. The whole shebang goes down once more. It's always something to behold. Let's see how this all went down on body cam.
Cancer. I need Narcan. I need Narcan.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Narcan.
Where is it?
In my car. Why do you want Narcan?
Central 143.
The lady in cuffs is like, why do you need Narcan?
I don't get it.
She's more confused than anybody at the scenario
She's
that's
like,
playing out.
I never need the Narcan. I just let it roll, baby.
Hang on. Are you holding back on some fentanyl? Why don't you help me out here? Come on, please. Lady is confused. The cop is like freaking out. The male cop goes, where's it at? You know, he's running wherever he can go.
LT's overdose.
He said LT's overdose. Back to the scene.
Send me a unit.
How does she need Narcan?
Move. Just move.
He's going to another vehicle.
Where is it?
What do you mean, where is it?
He's digging through the vehicle. Like, she's on the
I was on
ground.
them this whole time.
She's completely collapsed, this female officer in South Carolina, on the ground, like zombie reaching up toward the air. The perp is now like holding on to the cop and helping her because she's completely crumbled. By the way, all of this is like, it's not really an overdose, okay? This happens like far too frequently. Maybe they need to have a conversation with these officers, but she's on the ground and she thinks she's dying. Back to the scene.
Give me a minute.
Narcan.
Give me a minute.
Damn packaging.
I got you. LT, I got you.
Wow.
I mean, you can hear her on the ground. She's like, she's like all wrapped up in the moment.
Now, at this moment, though, when they had like taken this evidence, they were well aware it was fentanyl, or that was just a natural reaction, assuming that it was. That's the confusing part to me.
My guess, educated guess here, is that once more we have all these police officers who are told fentanyl is so dangerous, even if a fleck of it touches your skin, you will have this reaction where you overdose and die. And I've seen it like 4 or 5 times, I think, on body cam now, where the officers will like just get a little bit on their skin, and this lady now thinks she's dying, and the officer's hitting her with Narcan. You can't die from touching fentanyl, all right? You can't. You could dive into a swimming pool of fentanyl.
Okay.
Yes.
No, you can't dive into a swimming pool of fentanyl and be totally fine.
Yes, you if you didn't inhale it, you cannot die from the absorption of fentanyl.
Okay, fentanyl patches, if you put on a bunch, that would kill you.
So you mean a drug that's made for absorption through the skin? It's a different delivery mechanism, not
But
the same thing.
The prescribed amount, but if you were to put on 60 patches of fentanyl, that person would be close to dying, if not dead, right?
No. If you have a patch is a version of the drug, right? Like, so let's say you make a drug called Sean drug. And the original form of it is in some sort of powder, right? Usually you have a way that you have to ingest that to be able to get the effects of a drug. You can make that same drug an inhalant, or you can make that drug something that absorbs through your skin. That is not what fentanyl is in this nature. In the actual street fentanyl that people are using is a fentanyl that you have to snort or somehow get into your system. And cops are just so afraid of it that they end up thinking that they're overdosing. It's called a massive onset anxiety attack. And it can give you a lot of symptoms that are very similar to like these overdoses. Your brain is, and I've said this every time this has come up, your brain is entirely and by a large stretch the most powerful thing in your body. And it can make you think you're dying. And that's what this lady thinks right now.
Narcan administered.
1 hit in Narcan, 2 hits in Narcan.
Want another one?
She sounded like she was enjoying that one.
No.
You want another one? Yeah! Another one. Oh, she's laid flat out on the ground,
Ready?
too.
Yeah.
This is
No, I
intense,
don't think you did it
man.
on uniform.
I did.
Okay.
Even then, she was like, I don't even know if I got it. I don't know if it went in. I think you need to do it again. The guy's like, I got it. We've done a couple of Narcan hits here.
Narcan usually delivered when people are completely incapacitated.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking that the people that need Narcan aren't usually able to say, I need Narcan.
Just one more.
Well, that's kind of one of the indicators of what's actually happening.
But I still
here.
wholeheartedly disagree with your swimming pool full of
Take
fentanyl.
it. Fine. Put it out there. You got a swimming pool full of fentanyl. I'm talking about the natural form of the drug, and you dive into it. It's not going to kill you. You don't absorb it into your skin that way. You have to. Now, if you get into it and go and start making a dust cloud of fentanyl out of your swimming
just
pool.
a significant amount would even get in your nose, and that's where that, like, where the what did they call that back in COVID when you didn't want stuff to touch, like the mucusy part of your skin, like your eyes and your nose, and
Oh, like an aerosolization
not
of the
aerosol, no, but they said that they were like parts of your
social distancing
body.
I believe.
That if the spores got there were worse. Now, not just like on your skin, but like there's parts inside your nose where it would start absorbing. You would think.
Well, you don't even have to go to nose. Are you saying that you believe you jump into? And this is a side quest here, just for the record.
We're
okay,
diving in.
You believe that if you jump into a pool full of Narcan, your orifices would sort of ingest it in some ways.
The nose would.
I will ask in a second. I will ask AI, and we'll see what we can learn.
Stupidest question we've ever asked to TNJ.
I don't know. A Berkeley County deputy says the story from WYFF, exposed to fentanyl during search, collapses and is revived with Narcan. Video released by Berkeley County Sheriff's Office shows a lieutenant collapsing when she's exposed to fentanyl during a search earlier this month. According to Berkeley County Sheriff Dwayne Lewis, deputies responded to a call about a woman unconscious behind the wheel of a vehicle. The woman had nodded off. And somebody mentioned on chat, by the way, that good on the lady. The perp just stayed there. She could have ran. She could have been like, Narcan? I'm out of here. She stayed around while this was happening. During the search, the deputy, Kristen Riddle, found a folded dollar bill hidden in the suspect's bra. She said the dollar bill contained fentanyl. Moments after handling the dollar bill, Riddle, in a panic, began asking for Narcan. So, number one, it's not going to set in that fast. Number two, you're not going to die from an overdose touching fentanyl on a dollar bill. It's just not how these things work. The whole story continues on, like, rushed to the hospital. The sheriff said she's home recovering. She wasn't wearing gloves, which may have contributed to the exposure. The exposure of what? She very, very likely had an anxiety attack, okay? It was because of the excessive heat of the day, but normally she would have had gloves on. The sheriff said this is the most serious fentanyl-related exposure involving a Berkeley County deputy during his time in office.
That's very strange.
And how about this, all right? This is where I take issue, and I'm like, I can't play with the charade anymore. The suspect was taken into custody, and additional charges are being reviewed in connection with the exposure. Like, this woman hyperventilated and had an anxiety attack because she was so scared of the fentanyl that she touched on maybe on a dollar bill. It wasn't really, the experts will tell you this, it wasn't really the reason why anything happened to her, but they're reviewing additional charges for the person? No, like, charge the person for what they did. The rest of this is in my opinion, make-believe. ChatGPT says the following, Sealand, and I'm going to expand this to ask about this swimming pool theory, all right? No, touching fentanyl will not kill you.
Okay, well, while you're doing this, mucous membranes was what the term that I was looking for.
We're so close.
All right, I'll include that in my search. No, touching fentanyl will not kill you. This has been widely studied and confirmed by toxicologists, emergency physicians, and public health experts. What the science says, fentanyl is not absorbed well through the intact skin. Brief skin contact is extremely unlikely to cause any overdose, let alone a fatal one. To overdose for fentanyl, it must enter the bloodstream by snorting, injecting, smoking, or ingesting. Skin exposure is not a viable route for it. Airborne exposure risk is also extremely low, except in industrial settings or with large quantities in powder form under pressure, like in drug labs. Why the myth persists. Viral videos and sensational news reports have shown officers collapsing after touching suspected fentanyl, but most of those incidents are believed to be panic reactions, anxiety attacks, or unrelated medical events. Studies show no detectable fentanyl in those officer systems afterwards. So, like American College of Medical Toxicology, you cannot overdose by touching fentanyl. The CDC, routine handling of fentanyl does not pose a significant threat to first responders wearing basic PPE like gloves, they said. And so now I don't believe this officer was like actually having an overdose. I don't believe that. I think that we've seen this before.
Attack.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're in a full panic attack and you're getting Narcan up the nose 4 times?
I guess Narcan
can't be good for your body.
I guess you can't overdose on Narcan. I guess that's the thing. Like you can't overdose on the thing that saves you. Should we try some?
Narcan.
I'm pretty sure you can buy that stuff at the corner store now. They got Narcan available.
Okay, you can also get boner pills and weed in quotes. So let's be careful with that.
I'd put the boner pills in quotes as well.
Yep.
I've seen it in machines, like vending machines type stuff. I've seen it all over the place. But I don't think it can. It's probably not great for you, but I don't think it can harm you. Like you're not going to overdose on that by getting it on accident. All right, here we go. Follow-up question. If I fell, it's going to say yes, into a swimming pool, okay, swimming pool of fentanyl. How do I spell that? There we go. Would I die? This is a lot of fentanyl we're talking about. If you fell into a swimming pool of fentanyl, the situation would be extremely dangerous and potentially deadly, but not because of skin contact alone, it says. It would be dangerous because you would be inhaling it.
Yeah, keep reading.
Or ingesting it, and then it just ends there abruptly.
No, it doesn't.
Just ends. Ingesting it or inhaling it, or cuts or mucous membranes. If you had any open wounds or fentanyl-laced water entered your eyes, mouth, or nose, it could absorb more efficiently and cause toxicity.
Boom!
But just touching it or swimming in it with unbroken skin, that alone would not kill you. So, like, you're swimming literally in a swimming pool of fentanyl and not dying. This is what I'm saying is the problem. These police officers need to be told, like, hey, fentanyl is dangerous. Please take care of yourself. Also, guys, like, hey, we got to chill out. Just touching fentanyl is not going to send you south, 6 feet under. It ain't happening that way. There's so many of these officers that really think that they're going to die. And I don't necessarily blame them. Everybody's scared. You know how scared Courtney is of fentanyl? a breeze blows by next to a hobo, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know." She's more frightened. Narcan,
Cannonball.
She couldn't be more scared of fentanyl. And good, it keeps you away from the bad stuff.
Now, ask if the swimming pool is full of fentanyl, how many billions of people that could kill.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, good.
Okay,
No, I kinda wanna
ChatGPT is
know.
going to think we all are on fentanyl.
ChatGPT thinks we're standing around a swimming pool of fentanyl right now.
If you need help, please call the following places.
We're standing next to the swimming pool full of fentanyl going, should we?
What can we do with this?
Pencil dive or cannonball, ChatGPT? Come on.
What we were going to do is, a radio show, but now that we have a swimming pool full of fentanyl.
Belly flop contest. Got it. Open mouth.
This is the second ChatGPT question that I've been a part of today that was, am I able to swim in the swimming pool if it has this?
What was the other one you were trying to swim
I had a
in?
little bit of mustard algae. I got to switch out my
Good thing we didn't put it in yours. Your pool care thread on ChatGPT would be all sorts of thrown off, I think. All right, real quick, over to the box office this weekend. Some big movies out there, big movies. Fantastic Four plummeted, though. Second weekend, not good. Must have been front-loaded. All those Marvel Fantastic Four fans, maybe even some Pedro Pascal fans, whoever else is in the movie fans of The Thing, there's a robot, I guess. Fans of all those things must have come out in the first weekend because the numbers
Fans
for
of the
Fantastic
dog?
Four. Oh, no, that's Superman.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I got it wrong.
Unless they got one in Fantastic Four, they might. Fantastic Four First Steps plummeted in its second weekend, down 66% at about $40 million. Not all of these movies do that. Some of the movies like Deadpool and Wolverine, a lot of
had staying power. But
Yeah.
Deadpool has, kind of built up a reputation. And also Deadpool is very entertaining for people who are not avid Marvel Cinematic Universe movie goers.
because it's funny and like snarky and stuff too. Bad Guys 2, an animated feature, was number 2 at the box office with $22 million. And one of the big surprises, The Naked Gun, after all these years, and at number 3 at the box office, it made $17 million, leading people to ask the question, is comedy back, baby?
I hope so.
Yeah,
Is
but
comedy back?
Are Pamela and Liam actually together?
Allegedly. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the two of them, but the movie worked. It has been forever. I know Gen Zers don't really have a connection, I wouldn't think, to the Naked Gun movies and all these schlock comedy movies and like physical comedy movies and
Gen
stuff.
Zers, wait till you see who's in it.
The Naked
O.J.
Gun.
Simpson.
Yeah, that's right. And one of them, yeah. The Naked Gun brought in $17 million, leading people to say, is comedy back? Superman at number 4, Jurassic World Rebirth at number 5. I saw the number 6 movie of the week, Together. I watched that this weekend.
I can't wait to see it. What do you think?
It was
It's that
it
weird
was
body
interesting.
stuff.
It was interesting. And I will also say, and I did not expect this because as per usual, I just went in with nothing. And Cordy goes, it's called Together. It's a movie with Dave Franco and Allison Brie. And I said, okay, I know Dave Franco. Allison Brie's from Community and a lot of like movies and stuff. So I know who she is. And she's like, that's all you need to know. It's a movie called Together. People started laughing during the movie. And I did not know whether or not they were supposed to be laughing at the beginning. I was like, I thought this was a horror movie. Like, people are starting to laugh. And as it went on, it was like, okay, no, there's jokes. This movie has jokes. Like it's a comedy horror movie. And people were laughing, having a good time. It's a movie this movie Together is about, simply put, being together versus being alone. And it's about a couple in their 30s. And the woman gets a new job at a school in a very, very small town. Something happens to them and they have to choose between being together in the strangest of ways or being alone and what they're going to miss either way between the two of them. And it's very, very different and very unique. And it was kind of a fun ride. I'd probably give it like 70 or something on the Rotten Tomato scale. It was definitely unique and different. And the final scene in it was like they had to make a decision in the final scene. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I thought they made a fun decision there. I thought I was going to lose my mind because right as the trailers were rolling on, 43 minutes of trailers and commercials, man. My God.
That's
43 minutes.
Lot.
There was a lot of them.
Can you just like skip intro and keep going?
Well, the movie was supposed to start at 3:20, and the movie started after 4 o'clock. And I go, damn, this is like, holy cow, they're really stretching these things out now. They probably have less showings of movies because of the amount of ads they're running before these. But some lady in the row below me, because it was pretty popular in the theater we were in, she's on her phone, full volume FaceTime during the trailers.
Good.
Oh, hey,
Good,
sweetie.
good.
And she's like, and I go, oh, no, please. And I'm thinking, am I going to have to say something? I don't want to say something.
Were these lights up trailers? Because now they're doing.
Down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're doing that now, which is very strange to me. I'm like, are we doing? I thought it used to be quizzes or like letting you know that there was going to be an orchestra thing at this theater that no one goes to.
That's the mega early stuff.
But now they're doing trailers with the lights on, and I don't understand.
This was during the trailers right before the movie with the lights off. And I have kind of come to the determination that it's annoying to talk during that, and it's annoying to be on the phone, but it's not worth like confronting somebody ever. Like if you're talking during a trailer, I feel like if I was like, hey, shut up, bitch, get off your FaceTime call right now. She and probably other people would be like, it's a trailer, man. It's not even the movie. So okay, all right, fine. You can have this one. Have this moment right here.
The second that movie starts, I'm talking, the thing before, where they're showing the logo of the studio that made it.
Mm-hmm.
You shut that off.
You
right
shut
now.
your mouth. Shut it off that FaceTime right now. So I asked you the question today, are comedy movies ready for a comeback? Tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, boy, are things expensive out there. I want to tell you one thing that has people shocked, the price tag from this weekend. Over on the WNBA front, it happened again. Another sex toy tossed onto the court. The bizarre thing that has happened in response to both of those green sex toys hitting the court of the WNBA. We'll discuss that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
2 right lanes are blocked on I-95 northbound before State Road 206. Traffic's backed up from U.S. Highway 1. There's a crash on Highway 17 at West 7th Street in Sanford, causing a bit of commotion. If I-4 is a part of your commute, you're going to run into some slowdowns through that Champions Gate area between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Shop Mattress Firm's best sale of the year.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out.
They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of...
Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Tiny Cameraman is on board. How are we doing on a Monday?
Hey, this is Russ Rollins.
Huh?
Over at Life Imaging FLA. Love these people. We often come up with a million reasons why to wait. But listen, man.
The WNBA is awesome, and I love that they have women commentators.
Taking care of your health, taking care of your heart, and checking for cancer. Life Imaging FLA can do that for you. Early detection is a game changer in terms of treatment.
All right, back in just a couple of minutes. Oh, no. Twitch. Twitch, you have to do the heavy lifting again until YouTube pops in. Unbelievable. I just tuned in for the halftime baking show in the WNBA games.
Pick up the cell phone, dial pound 250, say the first 3 heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. It's a few minimum requirements, but it's a great...
I've never been less interested in a lot of sports content. Never been less interested. Other than, I have to give them credit, the Savannah Bananas is a joy to watch. It is fun times. Love all the wrestling moves on the WNBA. How's your running going? I got to get back to it today. I decided because my knee was a little wonky. I just was feeling a little bit of pressure this weekend that I was going to chill out a bit on Saturday and Sunday. I still did like 7,000 steps both days, but I had a roll of like 3 weeks every single day, 10,000 plus steps. And I'm going to get back to that and run today. So we'll see how it goes. 2 minutes. And we're back live on the show. What do you guys think, chat? Would you go see the Naked Gun movie? Any interest in the Naked Gun movie? I'll watch it on demand or something. It's not drawing me in right now. I listened to so many college preview podcasts this weekend, LOL. Who are you? Who are you? I could never do that. 90 seconds and we're coming back. Yes, but on demand. That man's laughter joke made me laugh. Yes, but not in the theater. Probably a lot of people are feeling that way. But, I mean, it did pretty good for a movie like that. I don't feel like it's super relevant. And it made a decent amount of money. A straight-up comedy movie. Combine that with Happy Gilmore 2. Happy Gilmore 2 is massive for Netflix. Like, I feel like maybe there's some signals that we can send here to Hollywood and the production outlets. Like, hey, don't spend a shitload of money on it, but give us these comedy films. Give us like once a quarter, give us like a big tentpole comedy film, please. I want them. All right, we'll come back live.
Click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free. High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeart iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers. It's
time for you to hang out in the world's most viral newsroom. Watch us in the studio. Go to youtube.com/the news junkie. That's youtube.com/the news junkie. One reason why people probably aren't coming out as much to things like sporting events live or the movies live is because of how expensive everything is at some of these places. And I saw this weekend with everybody's getting geared up for football. I just saw somebody over on Twitch, Avendasora. I spent all weekend long listening to preseason football podcasts. And I said, oh, my God.
That's dedication to the sport.
Our weekends could not have been any
Maybe
different.
Avendasora has a fantasy football team to prepare for.
I could not get myself that interested if I tried. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's not to say I can't sit there and watch a game. I can do that. But like the games before the games and like all the extra stuff is so boring to me. Maybe that's just me personally.
You don't bleed football like some other people
I don't.
do.
That's true. That's true. One of the things I hear from people who do is you go now to the games and it's not just the ticket that costs a lot of money. It's not just the parking that costs a whole bunch of money. Everything is so expensive. And one of the things that went viral this weekend was the menu at the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium that people were melting down about. And they were saying, God, it wasn't even that long ago and it wasn't this expensive. $18.50 for a Miller Lite can? What are you doing? That's a lot of money, man.
How many ounces does it say?
$18.50. It just says domestic canned beer. Honestly, it doesn't even say how many ounces it is.
Wild.
Yeah.
I would hope at least a tall boy, but that is worth
maybe
a 6-pack of tall boys at the convenience store.
Yeah, $18.50 is what they're giving. And like
$18.50 is damn near a case of White Claw.
It's a lot. And the regular soda,
by the way,
just one soda is $9.50, by the way.
Yeah, that's the regular. The large is $12.50, and the $18.50 domestic canned beer is $1.50 more than Chickies cutlets. You can have
I want them chicken cutlets.
Chickies cutlets, crab fries.
Yeah, watch out though. They got that sodium warning on those Chickies cutlets. You're in for one if you have that.
I don't know how they don't have them on the crab fries.
That makes me more curious as to what's actually in these things. $17 for like chicken fingers is the equivalent of what we're looking at here. $17.50 for crab fries. A cheese cup is $4. Here's the kicker, man. A bottle of Aquafina water at the Eagles Stadium as we get closer to football season here. $7.75 for a bottle of Aquafina.
What?
Which I just went to, literally. I just went to our Costco, which with the Costco that we go to, I got to go to another Costco. Oh my God, there's like, I go in there. I'm the last American at the Costco. There's 8,000 languages being spoken at the Costco that I go to. I don't know what is happening. Go into this Costco. We get our shopping done. Get some glorious stuff. The sticky rice they have is like to the moon. Love it. Great deal. Can't beat it, man. You cannot beat it. We go in there. We target strike Costco. We go this way, this way, this way. Boom. Out in 15 minutes because we knew what we were doing. But when we go in there, we got a case. And I believe it was 24 water bottles, full case of water bottles for $6. For 24 of them. Or one Aquafina at an Eagles game for $7.75.
Buddy, the crab fries, by the way. The fries cost more than the cutlets.
Mm-hmm. They do. 50 cents more. Yeah, $17.50.
Any idea why? Do you have a guess why?
Is there like a crab on top of it?
There's zero crab in the crab fries, Sean.
What's going on? It's just French fries?
They are A Philadelphia staple since 1977, Chickies and Pete's world-famous crab fries are just crinkle-cut French fries sprinkled with a secret blend of crabby spices and served with a one-of-a-kind white creamy cheese sauce for dipping.
And they don't have to use the K in crab?
It's got the real stuff. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, technically, I think sometimes you have to. Or maybe because it's one word, crab fries?
Yeah.
Like, that's not implied.
And maybe because there's no protein to confuse you. I don't know. That is ridiculous.
BDMX Con on Twitch says, how does this compare to a meal at Disney? It's much more expensive. Yeah, especially like Epcot or something. A bottle of water at Disney is still anywhere between $4 and $5 or something, not $7.75. Although they will get you at theme parks and other places now with, well, we've got the Aquafina for this much, or we've got premium water for $2 more.
What's the premium water?
It's literally not anything different. It's just H2O and sometimes better designed bottle, I think. You don't need to be spending the money on some of this stuff. But $7.75 for a resource that humans need to exist on Earth, or at least partially, is absolutely insane and makes things much, much, much more expensive. And yes, even more expensive than the theme parks. What do you think? Is it too much? Or do you say, give me the chicky crab fries, give them to me, and give me that Aquafina? I'll pay the $25 plus for the crab fries and the Aquafina, and I'll have a good time at the football game. I, however, will pass on that one. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Sticking with sports, baby. Woo! Over on the WNBA side of things. It's another big game. Everybody knew it was on Ion. We were all watching on Ion TV.
Yes, I love
Everybody
that
knew.
channel. Is that
GSV was playing Shy, and Shy is obviously Chicago.
What
Golden
channel is
State?
Ion?
I have no idea. I've never seen it in my life. Ion Channel was broadcasting this WNBA game. When Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark aren't on, I think it's still kind of back burner stuff. I think they're like, GSV, Golden State Vultures?
Valkyries.
Is that right? Valkyries? Yeah. I got Golden State, though. Golden State versus Chicago.
Wait.
And Golden State is California, right? California versus Chicago, Illinois.
And it was the Valkyries the last time we had a sex toy on the court.
Oh, what was it?
Yes.
Is this all happening in the state? Is this the same dildo thrower?
Let me check the sources here, but I am fairly sure that when we talked about it last week with the green,
yeah,
it
the
was
green
Valkyries.
Well, this if that's the case, this is the Valkyries again. And as the ball comes down the field, so does some more. And right here, there she goes, another one, and the same color.
Ooh.
Same sex toy onto the court. The referee stops the game. It takes the female ref to come over because the male ref is again like, I ain't touching it. It's gay. I'm not that. I can't get near that. I can't touch that. Female ref comes over and soccer punts the sex toy right into the photographer who's right alongside.
Now, sell me that shot. I'm just saying, like, that has to be the greatest sports photography, at least in the last 10 weeks.
It went right at him. Boom! Oh, right. And then a guy stepped over it and picked it up with a towel. Get the sex toy out of there. Get it on out of there. It's becoming like, again, I'm not the sports junkie. I only know so much about this stuff. But in some hockey games, I think they throw like squid or something on the ice or rats.
Octopus, I think.
They throw those kind of things on the ice. That's becoming the thing for these WNBA games. Sex toys on the ice or the court.
When they throw the octopus on the ice, do the people picking them up have to cover them with towels? Is there anything else thrown onto a sports field, court, whatever, that they cover with a towel to pick up, or is it just the dildos?
I think it might be just this because, and now the betting sites, check this out. This is for real. What will be the color of the third WNBA dildo, if not green? Black and brown on the tops there. Rainbow, white / Caucasian. Pink, purple, or blue. You can literally put a bet.
How are they deciding these
color.
odds?
I have no idea. Maybe, I don't know. Somebody has decided that if it's not green, the next one, here are the betting odds if you want to bet on this stuff. That's the way this is all going down. So the WNBA finds themselves in the middle of something. And what did you find out if that was the Valkyries on the last one, or?
Yeah, I just said it was the second time this week.
All right, so yeah, not funny. This says not funny. Sex toy tossed on WNBA court for second time this week. I wonder if they were both like home games for the Valkyries, and then you would say like, is this just one person doing it over and over?
I could have sworn, and I'm trying to find the video from last week, that the court looked different.
Okay,
So
this one's blue, and it says Michelob Ultra. If you're looking at another,
and boy,
court.
does that green dildo really stick out.
It does, yeah. Blue. Maybe that's why they chose it. This says it's super disrespectful. What do you guys think? Is it super disrespectful? Sky Center Elizabeth Williams said in a post-game press conference, I don't really get the point of it. It's really immature. Whoever's doing it needs to grow up.
If you don't get the point of it, how can it be super disrespectful?
I think just the idea that it's a sex toy.
You also
I think
feel
she's
disrespected when you don't get the point of it, don't you?
I think she's going to say, this is my guess, don't know, but my guess would be they don't throw sex toys at the guys playing NBA. They throw sex toys at the women playing WNBA because there are women out there in the court. But I'm curious, is this a whole different person who's bought a whole different green neon sex toy? Or is it somebody who's following them on the road and doing this? Also, I like this as a comment. Valkyries forward Cecilia Zandalicini says, I mean, first of all, it was super dangerous. Then when we found out what it was, I guess we just started laughing. I've never seen anything like that. You never seen anything like that? I'm just glad we worked through that situation. We stayed locked in. We stayed concentrated. New York Liberty forward says, Isabel Harrison says, arena security? Hello? Please do better. It's not funny. It never was funny. Throw anything on the court. It's so dangerous. And many other people were chiming in, including Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham, who said, stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us, she says. All right? So that's what they're saying.
I like
There's more of this going on.
At least use the word dildos.
Yeah, but not everybody else was like Voldemort with the word. What do you think? Let us know. Is it mean? Is it wrong? Is it a bad thing? Is it funny? Give us your thoughts. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we got to gear up for Amy Coughel. She's coming up. We'll talk about what's happening in Texas. All of the Democrats left the state of Texas for some drama. What's going on there? More Sydney Sweeney stuff, believe it or not, over the weekend. When we come back briefly, I want to talk about Las Vegas because there's a story going around. I'd love for somebody to chime in. Is this true? Is this really happening in Vegas? We'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This week's
Go mic activated. Hey everybody, welcome behind the scenes of the News Junkie radio show, podcast and live stream. This is where we can chit chat as we make some money.
Rapid Radio. Stay connected and stay productive with
Big ups to Rapid Radios.
Trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication.
Question. Do we think it is wrong or funny? The person that is throwing these sex toys on the court of the WNBA games. Wrong or funny? Wrong or funny? Wrong or funny? What is your answer? Hi, Laura on Facebook. Laura, you are in a premier spot today because YouTube can't actually comment in the mega chat until that busts through. That's a YouTube issue or a restream issue. And you are getting through with the Twitch people. So hang out with them a bit. I think it's hilarious, says Cat Butthole. Yucker says somewhere in between. Avendasora, who actually likes the WNBA, consider that. says it's wrong and annoying. Abraham says, I saw Sydney Sweeney's voter registration making the rounds this weekend. I didn't recognize the county. We'll get to that. Laura says, funny? I think it's possible for it to actually be both in this case. Like, it's definitely rude as shit. Don't toss stuff, especially sex toys, in the middle of an active sports game. It's ridiculous. The person should be ousted, obviously, from the stadium. But that doesn't mean it's not funny. It's still pretty funny. Like, this little journey we're going on is pretty funny. All fun and games until a minor gets a black eye? Let's hope that doesn't happen. If you have to explain to your minor child what the thing was that just hit him in the face at the WNBA game. They got popped in the eye socket by some balls on a dildo. That's embarrassing. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. And then Amy Coughel is at the top of the hour. This will be a bit of a shorter break. We'll talk about everything going on with her. Amy Coughel will fill us in on a lot of stuff happening in the world. We'll shoot the shit in just a bit. Oh, it rhymes. Then we got to get to the Democrats fleeing the state of Texas. All of this whole drama. What's really going on? Who's right? Who's wrong? There's a lot of stuff to dig through there. So we'll do like a mini deep dive on that in just a bit. Hello? Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What's your name?
No.
No? Your name is No? That's going to make it real hard to have sex. You know what I mean?
No.
What are you doing?
Going for it.
Okay, be safe out there. Don't get kidnapped. All right?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. What? See you later. Don't shoot me with that's a threat. Be safe, please. Love you, bye. Okay, folks, we're coming back.
Any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency or EPI. With EPI, the
This has been an episode of Skull Mike Behind the Scenes, brought to you by me.
Or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
There's an app for your music, an app for your photos, even an app that tracks your steps. But only one app brings you the live radio dial and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets you can tap anytime. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
DQ presents the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. 4 white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. For crunch time, get the DQ Chicken Strip Basket delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by Eye Candy Energy Drink. Taste the sweet life.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is
Earth, you're in the right place. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk with our friend Amy Coughel of Fox 35 before too long here on the show. What's going on in Las Vegas is a big question that a lot of people are asking, and I've seen
is what I've heard.
I've seen beyond the sin, C-Lane, some suggestions that all hell is breaking loose. And maybe that is not even just in Vegas. And anybody in Vegas, please chime in on this. Front of the line for you. Email tips, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I'd love to see your take. But there was a story, one that I saw over the weekend, that says Las Vegas has been recently compared to a ghost town. People are starting to freak out. stories after stories about Las Vegas and the crowds just being so much smaller than they used to, and businesses struggling, and all kinds of things that are going wrong in Vegas. This says, Los Angeles Times said, Las Vegas is down on its luck as tourism drops. Why it's kind of California's fault. Sluggish summer in Sin City, Las Vegas sees a big drop in tourists, and many different places reporting on how there's some real issues in Las Vegas with the crowds. Like, there's a lot of problems. And I saw this from Reddit in r/No Stupid Questions, where somebody says, is Vegas really dead, or is it all clickbaiting news? Anybody live in Vegas? And the top person says, I've been a Vegas regular for over 20 years. I used to go 4 times a year like clockwork. Here's my take. 2 things changed Vegas for the worse: COVID and corporate greed. Well, COVID definitely, had an impact on Vegas, but that's a while ago now we're talking about.
What corporate greed would be different in Vegas now than previously?
I don't even know what they mean by corporate greed.
Like, when you look, you don't roll down the strip and go, oh gosh, it's so nice seeing all these ma and pa hotels doing so well. Is
anybody shocked that there's some capitalism going on in Las Vegas?
The old corner casino is just killing it. It's my favorite place.
It says COVID and corporate greed were the 2 things that changed Vegas for the worse. COVID obviously hurt because they shut down. Booked a trip and was on the trip that day, blah, 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 blah. He said, since then, the mega corporations have been trying to recoup their losses from that time, and they've added some things that are gouging. Resort fees. They started implementing them, and every year they go up and up. If you're getting comped rooms, the places have nightly resort fees from about $40 to $80. That gives you access to Wi-Fi and usually the spa, both things that were previously free. People who drive in or rent a car are now stuck paying $30 to $50 a day to park at a hotel where they're actually staying. Food prices, you used to be able to get a buffet for $20 to $30. Now there are fewer buffets, and they're all about $50 and up.
I don't know.
So it's
when
more
we
expensive.
went, it was like that. Easily.
We weren't going to like the I'll have the yellow and don't get cheap on me buffet. We were going to the champagne, cut the crab legs down the center so you don't have to work to get to the meat kind of buffets.
So nice.
It was
but when was that? What year do you think that was?
We went definitely pre-COVID, and 2017.
2017 or 2018?
No, it was earlier than that. I want to say 2014, 2015.
I don't think they were having such big problems there. This person also says gambling. Table minimums have risen drastically. Pre-pandemic, you could walk into most strip casinos and find $5 to $10 tables, and it would be full all day and night. That's C-Lane's territory. C-Lane lived at one of those Wild Wild West tables, man.
I did $3 blackjack, baby.
He would get in there. He'd be at the casino where they gave you the plastic cup, the little tiny, look like you put a pea sample in it cup, and you sit down and just start going. Now, if you find a rare low minimum table anywhere on the strip, it's about $25 to $50 minimum. This is just a personal issue for me, but the escalators are always broken down, this person says. Shows and events, prices have skyrocketed for shows. Prices everywhere have gone up, but most people can't justify paying $200 to $300 a ticket for a show. I'm sure there are more things I overlooked, but that's the most obvious for me. And this person says they've cut back. A lot of people are suggesting that, after COVID, a lot changed with Las Vegas, and now Vegas is dead. And now also, and I think this is a fair point, you used to go to Vegas driven by many things, but one of them was the gambling. And I don't know how many states you can gamble on an app in now, but it's a not insignificant number. There's a decent amount of states where you can fire up an app on your phone and place the same kind of bets that you might.
Yeah, but I think that those are mostly sports. There are some betting apps where you could play games, but it depends on what state you're in.
What can I do in Vegas that I can't do here?
Table games.
Table games?
Slot machines, craps.
Yeah, but you can do slot machines online.
You can't do slot machines in Fort Lauderdale or Tampa?
You can. If you go to a casino, I think the apps are for people who don't have, access to stuff like that. And the apps, especially in Florida, are only sports.
But I'm not even just saying the apps. I'm saying just gambling is more available, I think. For a long time, especially when I was younger, at the dog track, they had some games. They had like poker tables and some like really basic games, mostly where you played against other people and not the house, I think is how they had the rules set on that. And then
that was are you talking about in where was the dog track?
West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach.
That was an old Florida gambling law because when the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa first opened, that you had to play games against people and not against the house. And the slot machines had a loophole. They had a bingo game attachment to them where you were somehow, I don't know how it works, playing the slots against other slot machine players. To
Really?
where I believe the way I was told was if you were to walk into the casino and there wasn't a damn person playing the slot machines, you could not play until somebody else hopped on a slot machine.
Just sitting there lonely in the casino, twiddling your thumb.
Sounds sad.
Yeah, right. I wonder what's happening. Is Vegas dead? Is this true? We want to hear from you during the show today. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the amazing Amy Coughel from Fox 35. She'll be joining us. We'll see what's going on in her world. We'll see what headlines are grabbing her attention and catch up with Amy Coughel. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, teachers, the Monsters want to party with you. Join them for a Teachers Appreciation Party August 6th, thanks to JustCallMo.com. Details at realradio.fm/party.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Buckle up, folks. Amy Coughel. In just a moment from Fox.
No serious accidents are really affecting your ride here. It's just going to be your typical delays on.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866.
Here's what I'm thinking.
68477.
We'll talk with Amy Coughel, see what's happening with her. We'll work on some other stuff, get into the next episode, and then we'll talk about this big story about the Democrats fleeing the state of Texas and what's going on there.
Get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Yacht Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. So if you already have a mortgage quote and if you're wondering if it's any good, stop wondering and work with that mortgage guy, Don. Comparing your quote is so easy. Now, recent studies have shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So, don't be a slacker, get peace of mind. I go to thatmortgageguydawn.com. Once you get there, you're going to compare your quote.
Hey, chat. Any parents out there? Is today back to school for the kids? Is today the first day of back to school for kids? Let me know. You can see on the grid, Amy Coughel joining us. First day for teachers in Texas, says Matthew. It's the 11th, says Avendasora. Friday is Meet the Teachers. So teachers are getting back now, and then next week starts out officially school for a lot of people. Tap that microphone.
How's the sound testing? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
You sound good. I didn't hear the
Okay, you're not hearing the laptop mic or any kind of weird noise or anything.
I don't believe I.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Chris.
I'm so excited for school to start. God, I hope so. They're roaming the streets like little marauders. I don't know. Because I live so close to a big high school, I end up seeing more in my neighborhood when school is in session. So,
Where is she now?
she's not a real wig.
Oh, she is. Did I know that? How long has she been there?
About a year.
3 minutes, folks.
They just got some fancy new.
3 minutes and we're back live on the show.
She had to run it for a week and a half because the GM had built-in vacation when they hired him.
Yeah.
So she had to be the GM and she was working super late. I barely saw her for a week or so.
Guys,
Good to go.
you know what I saw this weekend?
I got to go eat there.
Have you guys seen, when you go to Home Depot or Costco or all these places, and they have the big giant skeleton, Skelly, the huge skeleton? They have a new updated version of that. Have you guys seen this? Have you seen the new giant skeleton? Oh.
So, when you're picking microphones in Zoom, which mic do you pick for that one? You know what it says?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
A little tech support going on here, folks.
This one is called microphone AT202 USB.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Is that the one
It's
you're
an
hearing?
Audio Technica, something like that.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Audio Technica? That's the.
It's so weird not having a child ask me for a snack or tell me they're bored every 20 minutes.
I don't know all this technical stuff.
No worries.
Hang on, we're going to talk about this skeleton right before we go into the Amy Coughel stuff.
You must order by August 31st to claim your 2025.
I almost texted you the other day because you said that some of the Fox 35 crew was out trying.
Yeah, I'll take a snack too. I'd like something good. I want it to be low calorie and very, very delicious, please.
I also tried to find a couple.
Also, we're back in 90 seconds on the show, okay?
Everywhere they went, they pulled them off the shelves.
Like, there was only one box I think that had them.
Yeah. It was probably just like literally one screw up.
The New York Post is announcing they will launch a newspaper called the California Post.
Some kid got their hand on a Celsius.
The New York Post is going to launch a California Post version.
Very low chance.
In other news, the California Raisins have announced they're going to spin off the New York Raisins version. No, that's not happening. But it'd be cool if it did. All right, here we go. New York Post launching the Los Angeles Post is real, though.
All right. I am going to on my side.
Okay.
Thank you, Chuck, by the way. Thanks for the kind words.
50 seconds.
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
You're listening to the News Junkie. Proceed towards your undoing.
At the moment you've been waiting for. Why, you might ask? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone from sea to shining sea, it is Monday, and it's time to welcome Amy Coughel from Fox 35.
Hey, me.
Hi, guys.
Hey, there she is, fantastically talented Amy Coughel, and she's back with us. Amy, classy or trashy? All right, classy or trashy?
It's a fun game.
When we are staring down already this early, people in our neighborhood starting to put up, Lane, don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut. Starting to put up Halloween decorations. The giant skeleton that people put in their yards, trashy or classy?
Okay, at the risk of offending somebody, I don't mind the giant skeleton. It's too early.
Okay.
Just because the theme parks are starting doesn't mean everybody else has
True.
to.
Lane, what's the status? What's the status at your place?
Still in the garage.
All
Still in the
right,
garage. My wife has been too busy, you know, so, and I'm not putting it up.
Celine, in your mind, what is the appropriate day to start putting that stuff out?
Amy, as
she's your wife.
You said
legally bound.
You say in my mind, that's not the important factor for my household. It's in her mind, and that's usually like September 1st to 5th, maybe.
September. Okay, so like once
maybe
pumpkin spice season starts.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but I spent a little time making the rounds yesterday. And the giant skeletons, how tall are they, Celine? Like 8 feet tall or 10 feet tall? Or
8 to 12, I thought.
12,
I thought ours was 12.
Skelly, there's new ones, okay? There are new ones, and
bigger?
they're remote control.
All right.
And they're like, big moving skeletons.
How much is it?
I don't know. I don't know what they cost. I think they were a little pricey, but...
I've looked at
it's all a little pricey, but the problem is too, like, where are you going to store all this stuff? I mean, do you like move your cars to the driveway because now your garage is just filled with like,
I am extremely impressed.
Decoration.
Celine, I believe you've seen the same house, but there is one in the Orlando area that they are all year round 2 giant skeletons, and they have decorated or clothed them appropriately for every single holiday.
You know what they don't have is an HOA.
Gosh, that's hilarious.
They definitely don't have that.
Exactly.
I have found, I was very close. I have found the picture from last year of the day that our skeleton went up, and it is dated September 8th.
Okay.
2024.
Right.
So,
pretty early.
Yeah. You got a little more time. It says Skelly, the 12-foot skeleton from Home Depot. Is back, and this year it brings frightening friends because Home Depot is just like making a mint off of this whole thing. Now it's 12 feet tall. It's got like there's 2 different versions, I guess.
What about it is remote controlled, like some lighting, or does the thing move? It's hard for it to move, I think.
I saw different versions. It might not be the Home Depot one that moves. I don't think it's the Home Depot one that moves. There's another one out there though that like actually moves and makes noises and stuff. What a time to be alive. I say celebrate. Enjoy yourself.
But how does it stay up? Is it tethered? Like, how do you get something like, I would feel like a strong wind would just like knock it down.
Celine doesn't know. He won't even put it up.
The skeleton has inside of it another skeleton. And it's got like a wide metal base, and then it kind of goes up in the middle of that thing, and just that's how it goes.
Happy Halloween.
Absolute work of art, truly it is.
What about mowing the yard? You got to mow like around the feet? Like, how's that work?
Yes.
Can you imagine? My lawn guys have to move the chairs every once in a while, maybe even the lawn lights. An entire skeleton is a whole other thing.
Well, I imagine they have to do this when some of these houses have like 8 or 9 inflatables out there. They got all these things in the front yard.
I would assume that my lawn guys would just circumnavigate the skeleton.
Hopefully. Well, Amy Coughel, always lovely to see you. How was your weekend? Anything fun go down?
It was good. We were in Dallas this weekend, and we the kids had a Junior Olympics water polo tournament. We had a blast. Caroline played with Orlando United, and Colton played with Team Orlando, and they had a blast and did really well. Caroline got silver, which was impressive for her team, and then Colton's team came in 7th. They played good. Their losses were only by like 1 point, so that wasn't bad. But it was fun. We had a great time. Okay, the one thing that we did that was really cool, you guys, and we went to the rodeo. In Fort Worth in the stockyards. Have you ever been?
I've been to the rodeo, but it was like middle of Florida, and I was definitely under the age of 12. I don't remember it all that much.
What about you guys? Any rodeos in here?
Oh, yeah. I've been to Silver Springs.
Silver
Spurs?
Silver Spurs,
Okay.
I think.
I went
Silver
to that
Springs.
Yeah, I went to Silver Springs. They never let me back.
I have not been to one.
Osceola County. That's a great facility. They have it. Okay, but so this was so cool, you guys. So they actually have bull riders. I'm going to send you guys a video so you can see later. I still haven't posted it, but the bull riders are like in these like tiny little like cages. It reminded me a lot of, you guys probably saw the TV show to Yellowstone, but like it's just like fascinating. So they're in these tiny little cages, and then some of the bull riders wear like a full on helmet. It almost looked like a hockey mask. Like it was a full helmet, full mask. But like when they fall off, because they're only able to stay on for a couple seconds, they're so like, when I tell you they're like millimeters from being trampled to death. It's insane. And then the same with the Bucking Broncos, like same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Would you ever get out there? Would you ever do it?
No.
No.
I don't even like the mechanical one. That makes me nervous.
I was just going to ask, have you ever done the mechanical bull, and when was the last time?
I did it. And
did?
Yeah, and I hurt myself.
What speed?
Amateur, I don't know. Something really bad. I did it at a fair and then videotaped it, and it was just all around bad idea for me and should not have done this, but here we are.
I want to see that videotape. Does Courtney have it?
No, I put it up somewhere. It was just, I try to forget about it. That's what each and every day I try to get one more day away from when I went on the mechanical bull and bled everywhere. All right, well, let's grab it.
Speaking of which, one more thing.
Oh,
you
no,
need
go
to
ahead.
take you need to take Courtney to Discovery Cove. So we went last weekend and I posted some pictures and Courtney was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks amazing." I said, "Has Sean ever taken you to Discovery Cove?" And she said, "No."
I've been telling Sean to go to Discovery Cove for years now because he's a big fan of fish. He has a huge fish tank at his house.
Oh yeah, he would love that.
And there are places, even if you don't do the dolphin swim. When I went, we didn't do the dolphin swim. And
I was with you guys.
But the rest of it, what are you coming at me, man?
You guys, what is with you guys that you think I'm like life is the magic school bus? Sean likes aquariums with fish in it, so therefore he'd like to go into this experience where he swims around and the fish are. I don't want my life to be like the magic school bus. I want to go to a theme park for other things. Courtney doesn't want to go. She's never asked me once.
She does too. She told me she did.
I'm going to ask her when she comes
I'm calling
back.
her
I'm going to ask her. And I'm going to ask her why she never said anything about this before this time right now. Also, if I go, I'm not in good enough shape. I'll have to wear a shirt at the water park.
I think they give you a wetsuit.
No, you have a wetsuit.
Everybody
Everybody
they give you a wetsuit.
Everybody's wearing one?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm back in.
You have to either wear a wetsuit or a vest.
All right, I'm back in.
One of the two.
Do the
water
birds-
is cold, by the way.
Do the birds in the aviary still kind of land on you and let you feed them?
So they
back
didn't land
out.
on us, but I love that. So they give you a little cups of food, when you go in there,
No, I
and
know.
the birds are gorgeous.
I was the dum-dum that didn't pay enough attention to the speech they gave beforehand, and I let that bird yank that food cup right out of my hand and fly off into the trees with it.
Bye,
And then they all stared at me, death stare. They're like, "We just told you, hold on to the cup."
Okay, did they tell you while you were holding onto the cup and all the birds are around you? That's like a lot of attention at the birds and less direction.
Wow,
it's distractions.
I would have
for
bought
sure.
15 cups, no problem.
All right, what is happening in your world today? What do you got your eyes on, Amy Coughel?
Well, we're keeping an eye on the tropics. Womp
no.
womp. I know you
Please.
guys don't want to hear it, but there are a couple of systems that are turning right now out in the Atlantic. One of them already has a name. It is Dexter. And if you are a fan of the show, then you might be thinking, well, this is not a good name for a storm. But yeah, so Dexter has about a 50% chance right now of developing. There's a couple more. We've got one system that's actually really close off the coast right now, but it's only like a 30% chance. But this is just the time of year. Once July passes, most of the hurricanes, as you guys know, start forming in August, September. And then we've had some one-offs. We've had October hurricanes, and you guys remember Hurricane Nicole. That one was the first week of November.
Okay. All right. So August and September are usually the months with the most active storms
we're
and
in
stuff.
the season.
And Dexter's on the way. By the way, Courtney just texted me and she said, "I want to go." Oh,
See, I told you. I love her.
Jesus.
I'll take her if you won't. We'll do the girls' trip. Sabrina,
no.
you want to go?
I should
I'm
probably go for that.
1,000% in.
Should probably go for that. Actually, out of the blue, it was dead silent in the car this weekend. Dead silent, which
What'd
is a
you
rarity.
say?
Dead silent in the car. I didn't say anything that caused that. And I think we were just kind of waking up and stuff. And she goes, "Tell Amy Coughel I said hi on Monday."
That's so sweet.
Like, where did
love her.
Where did
She's a
this
sweet
come
baby angel.
I'm actually really sad because I normally get to see her at the poker tourney, but I can't go to the poker tourney this year because it's Caroline's birthday. She's turning 18.
Crazy.
Party time.
Man.
So see you dancers afterwards.
Oh my
Maybe I
God.
should bring her to the poker tournament.
That's what I meant.
I didn't even
Poker
think about
tournament.
that. I'm not sure if that's how she wants
I have a story about that, Sabrina, that I'll tell later in the show when Amy Coughel isn't around. I don't want to make things weird with her, but I had a weird weekend. I didn't go to the strip club.
Hear.
All right.
I like weird.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You're gonna regret this.
No. This was the funniest thing I've witnessed in a while. I go to the bar this weekend and we're having a drink, and Courtney and I are sitting next to each other chit-chatting about things. And the bartender's father comes in, surprise visit, okay?
Hello,
And
daughter.
The bartender's father is this big man. He's like 6'5". He's this huge guy. And he's like, baby, I just had to come by and see you. I know you're about to go on vacation, and I love you so much. I love you. And he is just being this sweet, sweet dad. And Courtney is sitting back in awe, just watching this guy be father of the year. All right. And he goes, I want you to take care of yourself on this vacation. I had to come in here. We had to talk about this. She's talking about her life and her apartment and some things that are going on and all this stuff. And he goes, you know, I love you. He's on his way out now. He goes, you know, I love you. And I hope that you're safe where you're gone. And Courtney's just looking at me like, what a good dad. And he goes, all right, now let's get out of here and go see some teas at the strip club. And and Courtney immediately goes like whiplash.
No. Can I tell you, that would be my own personal hell if I was at the strip club and my parents are there and I can't get out of it.
Who's that over there?
No, thank you. I take back my suggestion.
Anyhow, yeah, she changed on because she's like,
there's certain things you don't want to think about your parents doing, and that would be one of them.
I think it's okay to leave those lives very separate. No problem.
Images we don't need in our heads.
You know how this is. Certain families are different than other families.
Yeah, but they grew up like that. They're used to dad going to look at teas at the strip club.
True, yeah. But and just saying it out loud to everyone. All right, I'm gonna go. Here we go.
Love you, kiddo.
Anyhow, what else is going on out there, Amy Coughel?
Oh gosh, well, we're following up on a couple stories today that are very local. We've got the bank collapsed on OBT, the Truist Bank. Did you guys see that? The whole roof came down. It's crazy.
What happened?
Well, they're still trying to figure it out. Obviously, it's not open today.
Yeah.
And thank goodness it happened on a Sunday when nobody was there. But if you go to our website and check out the video, it's pretty wild. I mean, thank goodness it happened on a Sunday. But there were people who were working in that plaza when it happened right along OBT.
My God. The photos on Fox 35 Orlando are crazy. You're not kidding. The whole roof collapsed.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Look at that thing. If somebody had been in there, you would have been seriously hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, that's
and
just
then what if your
the
cash had
comment
just
we had
come
this
out?
morning was that Truist hasn't commented yet on when that bank's going to open. I don't think that bank they're going to have to tear it down. And start over. I mean, it doesn't look.
I hope they have security in front of it.
Over 50% of the bank is completely and totally destroyed. They must have had some idea that things weren't going well on the roof.
Did you hear some creaking or something? Okay, and then this was, of course, the other question I had. Like, I hope they have like security out there, because I assume that the safe and all the safety deposit boxes, like, remember back in the day, and like, I mean, I don't have a safety deposit, but my grandma did, and she would go to the safety deposit box, and you would go in with her. It was like a vault, and then she would open it, and she'd pull out like some rings or whatever that you keep in your safety deposit box. Sometimes it's just like your last will and testament or whatever. But imagine if your stuff is in there, then I don't know. Like,
what
I
a
assume
sign
it's
of the
okay,
times. My last will and testament will be a Google Drive link in which everyone can view.
Yeah, it is weird how that's kind of dated itself. But if I was next to a bank, to Amy's point, and the roof collapsed like that, and I look over and see it, at least a little bit of me would be going,
It's Robin time.
Do you think the power is still on in there? Asking for a friend.
Yeah. It seems like a sign from somewhere. Like, you know what? I'm not going to rob this bank unless the roof collapses in on itself right now. Well, son of here, I got to do it now.
I can't tell you. I didn't think about it. That was my first thought. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, do they have like extra protection around the safe? Because anybody could just walk in there,
Yeah, they said nobody was hurt. You're right. That's pretty crazy.
Hurt.
Go check that photo out over on fox35orlando.com. Anything else grabbing your attention today?
We're just excited for the Lake Mary Little Leaguers. We got the softball girls are already in the championship series. They are going to play today at 3:00. They're playing Tulsa, Oklahoma. The boys also on fire. The girls won 9-2 over the weekend. The boys won 14-0.
Whoa!
Damn.
And I know it's crazy.
And
so they are
for
getting ready to wrap up the Southeast regionals, and then they'll move on to the championship round. Remember the Lake Mary Little Leaguers that those boys won last year.
Yeah, you did a big street party.
Boys. Yeah,
I watched the live coverage.
You know what? I must say, we didn't get to talk about this, Amy, but my favorite Fox 35 story of the last week was, I don't know if you guys saw this, Sabrina and Celine, but there was an incident at the Magic Kingdom last week. And you think it's going to be the easiest, safest thing that you get involved in. But the Magic Kingdom, the ferry that takes you over?
Yeah.
The ferry crashed into the dock, and like there was this whole the whole thing was absolute chaos. And the Fox 35 story: Disney's Magic Kingdom ferry crashes into dock amid stormy weather. Passengers say it was total chaos that broke out. Like, you think you're on the most chill thing ever.
That's been doing the same route for decades.
Never going to be a problem on this thing. This will be totally fine.
I feel like we've had a lot of these like scary incidents lately. You remember the ship in New York? The people were up on the hull. Remember that? And it crashed, and some of them fell off and died. You had the Francis Scott Key barge that lost power, and you know that the whole bridge plunged into the river.
Yeah,
we had that terrible story down in Miami last week. That was terrible. That barge hit the girls were on the camping on a camping sailboat excursion.
Is there no safe transportation in Florida anymore?
Scary.
No,
scary.
Not even the ferry.
Scary.
If you can't make it through on the ferry, what are you even doing out there? Well, it's always an absolute pleasure to spend
I love
time
you
with
guys.
We
Thank you.
we love you. We appreciate you. There she is, Amy Coughel.
Yeah. Bye guys. Go to Discovery Cove.
Now I think I have to go. Damn it. Oh, I'm not going to look good out there, but we'll see what happens. We always love spending time with Amy Coughel. We've been doing it for a long time. We would not stop for the world. And we think that you should be spending even more time with her. So take this moment and follow her everywhere on social media. Search for Amy Coughel. Or watch every single day. If you're here locally, Good Day Orlando. She's leading the crew off, going through everything you need to know each morning. And then all day long, the coverage that you should lean on is on their YouTube channel and also at fox35orlando.com. And we'll see you next week, Amy.
Bye, guys. Love you.
There she goes. The great Amy Coughel. All right, when we come back, we still got to get into this Texas thing where I guess Democrats have fled the state, and we got that whole thing going on. What's actually happening? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? What's all the drama about? We'll sift through it and decode what's actually going down. And also, parents. We got to do something. There's two stories about parents that are getting a lot of heat for something they did, and both of them are absolutely nuts. So I want to see what people think about this. One of them is somebody who found out that their parents hid something from them when they were a child. All right, not a child, but like when they were in their teenage years, their parents hid something from them, and they just discovered it, and they said, "I'll never talk to my parents again." I think you might feel the same way. I'll tell you what they were hiding from their kids. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The traffic lights are working incorrectly where Silver Star Road meets Belco Drive. Use that intersection as a four-way stop. Traffic's piling up at the Ramp Junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Expect some delays there. On I-4, traffic slowing down between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. There's no serious accidents really affecting your ride on the major roadways this afternoon. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Shop Mattress Firm's best sale of the year.
Our iHeart.
Scomike activated. Got some emailers chiming in on what's going on with Vegas. The fuck? Hang on. Finally. Chat trying to block me out. Doesn't want me to spend time with you. We got YouTube coming through yet or what? Hang on. thanks to MC Corkler. MC Corkler, the latest Secret Show subscriber. Thank you. Hey, quick update here. Little skull mic update for you that everybody else doesn't get. But maybe we'll mention this later. I wanted to ask you what you thought of this. Because as of today, I believe, was it Black Rock? What's the name of the place that shut down? Hang on one sec. Give me one sec. We're back in 3 minutes. Hang on. Blackstone. Blackstone. So, the place that was shot up by that NFL gunman in New York City, Blackstone, they made an announcement this weekend and they were like, we're back in the offices on Monday. We're opening the offices back up and we're returning to work on Monday. And I thought to myself, is a week enough? Is a week enough to close your business that just was involved in a mass shooting, and your employees are probably all sorts of sideways as a result of this, and then the next Monday, like, all right, everybody, get your asses back in there. Get with it, please. Seems a little soon. Capitalism, baby. Profits over people, baby. I just thought, talk about a turnaround. From a dude going through your office, shooting at a bunch of people, I think hitting some people at least, and then offing himself in the middle of your office on the 33rd floor of your building in New York City, to back in that office, hitting away at the keyboards in a week. That's pretty crazy. Big Doug Millionaire says, if anybody deserves 2 months off because of PTSD, true. True, the air traffic controller people's had a glitch and they lost visuals for like 90 seconds or something. And they wanted like 60 to 90 days off for PTSD. These people had somebody shoot up their business. They're like a gunman going through the cubicles and offices, and then next Monday back at it. That's crazy. 90 seconds and we're back. Twitch only mega chat. It's actually, I don't want to actually you, but it's Twitch and Facebook. Basically means Twitch. Just some wires crossed. We'll see if YouTube pops in at some point. Hopefully everything will be fixed. Who knows? You got to work extra hard in the Twitch mines today. We also got to talk about a new docu-series that's getting a lot of attention, and let me tell you, it's good. It is good. Okay, here we go.
Source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is the Shock Incarceration Podcast. What would you do if one bad decision forced you to choose between a maximum security prison or the most brutal boot camp designed to be hell on earth? Unfortunately for Mark Lombardo, this was the choice he faced.
He said, "You are a number, a New York State number, and we own you."
Listen to Shock Incarceration on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Shock Incarceration and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reesewindows.com.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the news.
Each and every day on the show. If you miss anything, you can subscribe to the podcast and get all caught up at your leisure on iHeartRadio. All the links you might need for the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. See, Lane, I found it. I found what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. It's called High Tech Skelly. That's what it's called. Right. The new version is $279.
Ashley, turn off the radio.
And it's called High Tech Skelly.
Want me to dump it?
How much was it again?
It is from Home Depot. It says Home Depot is launching a few new items this Halloween, and it's not just the big giant skeleton that's 12 feet tall. It's an ultra version of it. Ultra Skelly, according to this, is the souped-up tech edition of the original Skelly with customizable rib cage lights and eyes.
Okay.
4 movements that it can perform, preset and custom audio recordings it can repeat, and a live audio option with a motion sensor. So it's I guess it's shorter than the original one. It's not as tall. It's not 12 feet tall, but Ultra Skelly does more. Yeah. So he's like half the size, but he moves and you get all that kind of craziness going on with it, which is kind of cool. But you got to make the 12-foot one like that, right? That's what you need.
I would be down for doing something to enhance the lighting of it, because that would be kind of cool. Like we put like solar powered uplights around ours so that they'll charge during the day, and then as soon as the sun goes down, it pops. And it looks great.
Yeah, it's definitely more impactful if you got some lights and some sounds in there. So now Ultra Skelly's out there. We're not even close to Halloween, but here people are already going nuts.
If I could outfit some of those, some parts where you couldn't see it, but maybe it was like inside with some LEDs. And then I could sync them up to music with my permanent Christmas lights. He was working in the labs one night.
And then the skeleton's moving all around. And
that would be fun.
That would be something to behold. All right, I got this week in bad parenting in just a moment for you here on the show. But I just wanted to toss this out real quick. I was talking on Skull Mike during the break briefly, because I thought this was crazy. The place in New York that was accidentally targeted by the gunman who thought he was in the NFL headquarters but took the wrong elevator, went up to the 33rd floor in this building in Manhattan, and ended up on this shooting spree that killed a bunch of people, killed a cop, killed a couple other people. And the office that he ended up in, instead of the NFL, because he hit the wrong button, was Blackstone, right? And Blackstone announced this weekend, offices are back up and running on Monday. And I thought, doesn't that seem a little fast? Doesn't that seem like the turnaround is a little bit speedy? I imagine myself last weekish being in the office, and then somebody goes, "What's that noise? What's going on?" Oh, no, there's somebody with a gun. And there's somebody who comes in and shoots your office up and then ends up ending their own life in your office. And they go, "Oh, my God, everybody, this is terrible. Obviously, we have to shut it down. It's a crime scene." And then the following Monday, "All right, everybody, back to it. Let's go. Here we go. Blackstone back open and good to go. We got to keep the global investments investing."
I know it's different and every situation is going to be handled in a different way, but if that was a school, there's no way in hell they would be having people go back to class.
The guy killed an executive of Blackstone. He killed one of the leadership of the company. We got to keep making money. Get your ass out there. And somebody during the break said, "Hey, didn't the FAA people, when the lights blinked for 90 seconds or something.
They got 45 days off or something. Was that what it was?
They got like 45 days off. And these people had a mass shooting in their New York office building, and they got like a week. That is crazy to me.
City
but
that never sleeps.
I guess
think
not.
Maybe we have to go back to that campaign.
The pic says global investment firm Blackstone is reopening their doors a week after all of that. So I thought that was crazy. Anyhow, here we go. I told you about this before the break, so now it's time to pay it off. This week in bad parenting, allegedly, and we can all chime in and see if we think this was bad parenting. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the first story that I'm about to tell you, almost everyone will agree this is bad parenting. Like, C-Lane, you got a young boy. Mm-hmm. Jackson is, what was he, ramping up on 2 before too long here?
Coming
this year
up,
will be
guys.
2. Crazy. He's going to be 2 years old, little Jackson. You are going to have to make parenting decisions in your life. You've already made a lot of them, I'm sure. But this one is one where a person figured it out and then immediately got angry and said they're not talking to their parents anymore. And I said, I can understand that. I can absolutely understand why you would not be happy with your parents over this. In fact, many people saying they would never forgive them. So these parents, the guy was going through some files, I guess. And he said, as he was looking through all of this stuff, he noticed a stash of papers that his parents had saved. And he said, some of the recruiting letters, this is his wife writing this actually, but some of the recruiting letters my husband's parents withheld from him until he was 24 years old because they didn't want to travel far to home meets, and you aren't that smart anyway. And he was accepted to Cornell, Yale,
wow,
Columbia, Marquette.
That's insane.
His parents never told him that he got accepted to all of these schools because they didn't want to have to drive the extra distance away from home. If he would have known that he got the Cornell gig.
Okay.
And
so
when
don't
I saw
drive there.
I was like, 0 chance I would ever forgive my parents for this, I don't think.
I don't think my parents could have gotten away with it. I was so obsessed with getting the mail. For some reason, when I was little, I was like, can I please go get it? I'll go get the mail. It didn't matter. There was nothing addressed to me, especially from any of those schools.
Yeah, I
But
could imagine that if you did
so
find this
messed
out,
up.
you would think your life would be different. You'd go, I could have been a totally different person.
Why didn't they destroy it?
He was a national champion in high school, she said. He could have gone anywhere. Who does that to their kid? He passed advanced physics later on, by the way. He's incredibly intelligent. I am constantly re-forgiving them, she says. So, yeah.
I am constantly re-forgiving them?
I guess so. Like, she forgives them and then she forgets and then she back and back and back again.
Or maybe there's other stuff that they've done that this person's had to forgive the parents for over and over again.
Maybe.
Are they? Was this the straw? Like, is they're not talking to these parents anymore?
Well, that was the original post right there. Let's see if they said anything else. People said, this is absolutely nuts. I would struggle to ever forgive them. God, the first lottery in life is really the family you're born in. True. I'm sorry, but this is something that should make you completely cut off all relationship with those parents. In a society where upbringing through age 22 does largely define your rest of life potential, 50 or 60 more years, this is a crime. It's arguably more of a crime than abusing a kid, they said.
Is it arguably more of a crime?
That's the abused kids.
It's pretty warped. It's pretty warped. And it's kind of crazy that some things like that would be legal. Maybe they're not. It's like messing with somebody else's mail.
Technically, it's a federal offense to open somebody else's mail. And I would bet that those acceptance letters were mailed to the student, not the parents.
Yeah, she said, for me, it was tainted before this, but this finally opened his eyes. Exhibit number infinity as to why I'll never be one of those people who believes family is everything. And no matter how terrible somebody is to you, you're obligated to love or embrace them if they happen to share DNA with you. This is monstrous, rather, the person said. And when I see this, I go, like, I often see people go, my parents voted for Trump and I'm not talking to them anymore. And I'm like, okay, find a better reason if you're going to cut connection to your parents, for God's sake, for life. I don't know that this would do it for me, but I would be very, very upset. I would feel absolutely violated. And more so than your parents not telling you that all these acceptance letters came in from like Cornell and all these other high-end schools.
But no question asked, because you get rejection letters. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was just it?
Maybe they applied like everywhere so they didn't notice like which ones didn't respond or something. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. But I do know that if you were like eager to go to all these schools, and then not only did your parents not share the information with you, but then your parents told you this would have been inconvenient for us. That's the reason why. This would have been inconvenient for, like, that's the thing that would drive you nuts. The other one, and I think everybody's going to agree. We all agree that that's bad parenting. They probably shouldn't do that. I don't think there's going to be a lot of dissent there. The other story that people are going nuts for.
It's weirdly like the last, I mean, not the very last, but it's at the end of the bad parenting journey. Because shortly after this, if they go to community college, they're going to be moving out anyway and becoming more independent anyway. And so some of the decisions that you would have to make as a parent, those are dwindling off. So it's like they didn't have much of a chance left to be really crappy people to their kid, and they said, "This is it, guys. Let's hide the college letters.
Let's double down at the end." And if they were this selfish all this time, imagine the other things that they did must have been unbelievable. Bucky on Twitch says, "I would be so mad if all the acceptance letters were intercepted. Not cool. It is a violation for sure." The other one, the other bad parenting example, I'll tell you that. Well, we'll have to hold that because we got the next episode coming up in just a moment here. The next episode with Sabrina. When we come back, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? According to reports, Listerine is putting that mouthwash money where a celebrity's mouth is and all around it, insurance style. Someone died at the Oasis show over the weekend, and after all, it was a wonderfall. Plus, hey y'all, you're fired, and bless your buttered hearts with zero severance. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Inter Miami comes to town to play Orlando City this Sunday. Will Lionel Messi play? Be there to find out. Your chance to win tickets happens later today on the Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Good morning. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. You know, this week is going to be remembered as a stormy one as compared to the other couple of weeks where it's just been so hot. It'll be hot today and tomorrow with highs in the mid-90s, but there will be a 60 to 70% chance for rain. As we head into the middle of the work week, rain chances going up to a 70 to 80% chance. At least temperatures will be a little cooler, highs closer to 90 thanks to the cloud cover. Watch out for those storms as you're heading to the beach. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2. Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Would you like your receipt?
In the bag! Sorry. In the bag, please.
Learn more about the everyday, everywhere Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
It's hurricane season, and I got to tell you what, man, Solar Source helped me so much. If you were stuck last year without power, man, Solar Source has this battery backup system that is absolutely awesome. You should check it out. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters for more information. They helped me tremendously. When Hurricane Milton came, everybody on my block lost power. I was still able to broadcast live from the house because I had power. Solar Source, they've been in business for 40 years. They've served over over 60,000 people right here in Central Florida, and they're just a great company.
Hello. Man, we got a lot of stuff to work in before the end of the show here. After the next episode, we are going to get to this Texas situation with the Democrats all fleeing the state of Texas. Or not all, shouldn't say that, but I think about 50 Democrats fleeing the state of Texas because of redistricting issues. The governor of Texas, Abbott, is saying that if they don't come back, he'll replace them with, I guess, like unelected people that will take those spots, and that they're going to pass the redistricting no matter what, that they have abandoned their duty and their job to try to stop something that's inevitable because they don't have enough political power in the elected officials that have won in the last several elections. And it's a whole battle back and forth. So I'm interested to see what you think of this. One minute. We're coming back with the next episode. Still no YouTube insight. Unbelievable. YouTube. I'm sorry. Okay. By the way, I'm working on some stuff that we're going to tell you about in the next couple of days here, okay? Quick break. Wrap it up right now. Get Duke's Mayo.
It's Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
2 seconds. That's all it takes for a child to wander. 2 inches of water, and they could drown. For autistic individuals of all ages, and those with Alzheimer's or dementia, the risk is even greater. Autism Society of America's It Takes Two campaign educates families and caregivers to reduce wandering-related drowning tragedies. Access free resources to help save a life. Visit autismsociety.org/ittakes2 to prepare, prevent, and protect.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for hanging out with us. Monday has arrived. Hope your weekend was great. And we're here to bring you through a week of all things happening in the viral world. So thanks for being with us. Need any more info? Go to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice. It's
Mortgage Guy Dawn, that mortgageguydawn.com, and of course, the Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, looking into reverse mortgages, have no idea what you're doing, make sure you're working with Don because he's got your back and he's going to explain the mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
42 years ago, 1983, it was a sports game. And the New York Yankee outfielder Dave Winfield threw a baseball, as they do at baseball games, during the warm-up practice in Toronto, and accidentally killed the seagull.
Ooh. Oh.
And it was so horrific that after the game, police surrounded the slugger and arrested him for, and I quote, causing unnecessary suffering to an animal.
Oh,
did he purposely throw it at a seagull?
I don't know, but it was absolutely eliminated completely. And it was just in 2013, the 30-year anniversary of the baseball to seagull, that he posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, a beautiful tribute to the seagull that I sent to the group.
There's a tribute to the seagull?
All right.
It was made out of wood, and it is beautiful, question mark.
It's nice.
He put a baseball inside it?
It's a seagull with a little blue ribbon around the seagull's neck, and then there's a baseball in the side of the seagull statue.
That's funny.
And 30 years from now, how is this band going to pay tribute to that one fan who fell at their concert and died? Because that's exactly what happened at the Oasis show at Wembley Stadium. And apparently, after all, it was a wonder fall. And apparent is being used in quotes because authorities don't seem to have a witness yet, which...
Wasn't Wembley Stadium sold out?
Quick question. What do you mean? They say the guy had injuries consistent with a fall. That makes sense. And they are hoping someone will come forward with either an eyewitness account or video footage. I don't understand. What do you mean no one saw it and there's no witnesses? There's security cameras, is there not?
Everybody had their cell phones out. It's a concert. I would have thought somebody 1,000% caught it on video.
More positive note, I guess we'll take it. Oasis fans have set a Wembley Stadium record for downing beers.
All right.
During the band's reunion shows, they've consumed how many pints per night? Pints per night.
Oh, my God.
Beer.
300,000.
Ooh, it's a good guess.
200,000.
Oh, right in the middle. We'll split the point. 250,000 pints per night.
Damn.
Coldplay fans only manage 120,000 pints per night.
Typical.
But they did break up a very public marriage.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So take that, Oasis. And finally, I shall leave you with this, with a little tidbit and teaser from before. Folks showed up for work to find a locked building, and that is all of Paula Deen's Georgia restaurants. Workers were completely blindsided, and apparently she did that in Florida, so it all continues. Happy Butter Days, everybody. And Listerine insured Cynthia Erivo's mouth.
What happened? Your restaurant's closed? Is that what?
She shut them down, but day before. People showed up for their morning shift, and the doors are locked, and she's like, bye, y'all.
I hear that a lot.
No explanation whatsoever.
I hear that a lot as a complaint about, oh my gosh, they just closed the restaurant. The employees didn't know. But that seems pretty common in the restaurant industry.
After 36 years, though. So
I'm not saying
to give you a heads up.
But why would it be? Why? Is it because they have to make a last-minute decision? Are they literally sitting there waiting and going, all right, close?
I thought the most common answer was they didn't want, if they knew that the place was shutting down, they didn't want people stealing everything.
She commented on it after they locked the doors. Hey, y'all, my sons and I made the heartfelt decision that Thursday, July 31st was the last day of service for the Lady and Sons and the Chicken Box. She announced in a Facebook post, but also limited the comments so no one could really weigh in.
Weak.
Whoopsie daisy. And if not, just know that Listerine's got your back as long as you have a beautiful voice. The mouthwash brand insured Cynthia Erivo's mouth for $2 million.
Why?
I don't have time to explain. Just know it smells good when she's hitting that note. On the boob tube, we got the 14th season premiere of King of the Hill, Bobby. Bachelor in Paradise on ABC. By the way, Golden Bachelor said sorry for the whole under 60 comment. Jimmy Fallon will have
its steam, man.
Yeah. Chris Pratt and MGK will be on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
That whole world, all of those, Golden Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, it seems to have lost, all the steam.
I think they need to bring back Listen to Your Heart. You know,
maybe
I love that one. I think you and I were the only ones that watched that show.
That was when they fell in love, but they were all like musicians.
They all had
right?
to be musicians together, but also date. It was very, very weird, very out there. But just every time Chris Harrison went, and remember, listen to your heart.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of cringe, but I mean, I think that sometimes those different outlets or those different shows are just toast, and I feel like that one might be it. It was fun for a second to do the Golden Bachelor one and the old lady farting and stuff, and I had a good time, but then afterwards you go, okay, we've done that now. I think some of these things just fall off eventually. I'll tell you, we watched this weekend, I don't know if anybody else saw this, I'm sure you did, on Hulu, Mr. and Mrs. Murder.
Oh,
the series. Did you see that?
I watched it by myself as Nicole slept because I was awake, and there I was 5 o'clock in the morning watching the entire thing.
Does Nicole know that as she was sleeping, you were sitting watching murder shows?
Yeah, we fall asleep every day to Law and Order SVU. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. If you watch Mr. and Mrs. Murder, the docuseries on Hulu, the first episode I thought was kind of boring. I almost gave up on it a bunch of times, but there's 4 episodes.
That last episode.
Yes. Yeah.
That trial.
I'm not used to when you watch a docuseries about something like this, and this was so refreshing, getting the answers.
Okay.
Like you have all these questions, and you're like, "Well, what really happened?" And we're not going to hear. And then at the end of this one, it's like, bam! Like they just punch you in the face with everything you would have wanted to know, and you get all the details. It was
good, but it was also sad, but also cliffhanger.
Yeah, if you've seen it, let us know. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but that's an interesting one. The first episode's a little bit slow, and there's so many characters, it's kind of hard to follow and stuff.
We started Hunting Wives this weekend.
There you go. All right.
You're in for a treat.
Getting freaky in that household. Getting real weird. From what I've seen of Courtney watching that show.
Nothing like over the jeans stuff, huh?
Did you like it? Did you like it, Celine?
So far, so good, you know?
There you go. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll work in that other bad parenting, or at least I think so, or somebody thinks so, story. We've got to talk about the big story of the day, which is all these Democrats were leaving the state of Texas, and the governor of Texas is like, we'll give somebody else your jobs if you guys don't want to do your jobs as politicians. The whole thing is crazy and very dramatic. What the hell's going on? We're going to find out and get to the bottom of the drama. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, teachers, the Monsters want to party with you. Join them for a Teacher's Appreciation Party August 6th, thanks to Eustis Roofing. Details at realradio.fm/party.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways, clearing up an accident on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound before Orange Blossom Trail. There's a crash reported on I-4 eastbound near Osceola Parkway. The traffic lights are acting a little bit funny where Silver Star Road meets Belco Drive. Use that intersection as a 4-way stop there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Score a Wendy's sausage, egg, and cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, or honey buddy biscuit for just $1. Pick just one or pick all 3. For just $1 each, you literally can't go wrong. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns as the regular season finale. With everything on the line, expect plenty of drama, chaos, and everything in between. Don't miss some of the most exciting racing of the season as drivers go all out to keep their championship hopes alive at the World Center of Racing. Only 16 playoff spots are up for grabs, and anything could happen as the stage is set for NASCAR to crown a champion. It all comes down to Daytona, Friday, August 22nd and Saturday, August 23rd. Get tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg.
Hey! Question for you, chat. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Rip to the teachers who had to show up for school today for their first day. Have you been following what's happening with the Democrats in Texas? Have you been following this whole redistricting drama? Them fleeing the state, the Texas governor saying he's going to replace them. Yes or no? Have you been following the story at all? I want to see where our starting point is. Nope. Dolly's with Elton. Don't be trying to kill Dolly Parton up in here. Elton John doesn't have much time left, okay? Nope, too lazy, waiting for you to spill the beans. It's one of those stories that you kind of need a translator for, honestly. Like, it's one of those stories where you go, wait, what? They're breaking quorum? What does this mean? Is the governor allowed to just, like, replace politicians if they leave? Are they allowed to leave and, like, halt a vote? Are other states allowed to, like, say, we'll be a sanctuary state for the politicians that are leaving Texas because they don't want these redistricting plans? What are redistricting plans? The whole thing. But we'll make it sexy and interesting. Bit dirty what the Republicans are doing here with the redistricting, but I get their power play. Not following Texas local politics? Well, it's not so local anymore. Much more interested in Trump firing the director of Bureau of Labor Statistics because he didn't like the results, says Big Doug Millionaire. I've got that story. I think it's a dumb move to fire that person. I don't think that's going to change anything. And if it did, if then you got some person that had this job of telling us about the job health of the United States of America, and American voters lost faith in whether or not that position was a position of honesty, that's bad. That's going to be bad for our economy for a long time. If you missed that story, Trump was upset because they keep recalculating employment numbers from past months, and they're revising them way down. So, like, for May and June, they were saying that there was this many jobs added. We get past that, and then they go, oh yeah, by the way, we've readjusted those numbers for May and June. Actually, the employment numbers were a whole lot worse. And Trump didn't like it, and he thought that this wasn't honest. You're not giving me the honest employment numbers because you hate me. And so he fired the person, which apparently it's within his power to do, but it just kind of sets up a thing. Like, one thing that's happening, I'll just be real with you. One thing that's happening that's bad with Trump, if anybody is paying any attention, is all of the things that are happening and have even happened in like the past 10 years or so are setting precedents for all of the following presidents. So every single political official that sees what Trump is doing right now, even though they're going to shit all over it, the door is now open and they're going to keep doing all of these things. We're going to have infighting and bullshit like this forever and a day. Because once you open the door to doing these things, the next person's going to go, well, why wouldn't I do it? The next person's going to go, well, why wouldn't I do it? Nobody's ever going to put that rabbit back in the hat. It ain't happening. The governor of Texas can replace them, but has to show they vacated their seat. It's all because politics suck. It's a political game. We're going to get into it here. We'll talk about it. We may talk about the education numbers if we can fit it in before the end of the show. But I would never have fired that person. I think it's stupid. Crazy, dumb, bad. 1 minute. We're coming back, baby. Got a lot of Vegas people with responses to what's going on in Sin City, too. All right, here we go.
Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Some big drama going down. I don't know. We really got to try to uncover what's happening. And we'll also get into this other case of potentially bad parenting that I teased. There's a lot to talk about on a Monday, and we'll get to your feedback in just a bit. You can join the show. Email tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, with whatever your comments are. A lot of people from Vegas are actually chiming in on what we discussed earlier with the news story saying Vegas is crumbling, the crowds are dwindling, and giving all the examples for why. Like, it's easier to gamble other places now. There's too many extra fees with booking rooms.
What's like the biggest Vegas outside of Vegas in purely gambling sense?
Atlantic
Reno?
Atlantic City, Reno.
Atlantic City, yeah, Atlantic City's probably bigger than Reno. And Reno's having the same problems, actually, that Vegas is having. And then you'd have, like, more of the Indian reservation type stuff, I guess.
Right.
And
like I know that a lot of people for a while were calling Nashville Nash Vegas, but I think that was more of a party thing than because is there gambling in Nashville?
I don't know. I don't know.
think so. I mean, I feel like they had some of those machines and go and trade at the bar for under the table.
Yeah,
drink tickets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're suffering quite as bad either. Todd emails the show. He says, our daughter recently got stationed with the Air Force in Las Vegas. It's always a challenge to go visit her since it's no longer a deal. Flights are not cheap. Hotels got the resort fees you talked about. Food and parking, it's all ridiculously expensive.
Todd, you should have hid her acceptance letter into the Air Force, so ripped it up and not told her, and then you wouldn't have these issues.
We don't gamble, so there's no reason for us to go otherwise. When we did walk through the casinos on the very rare occasions, the table minimums are high. We fly in to meet her, and then we go to Utah for vacations together now. As little time in downtown Vegas or the Strip as possible. For that kind of money, we'll just go on a cruise, not Carnival though, for a better time at half the cost, Todd says. This spring, they're flying home from Vegas, and we have a cruise planned from there. Vegas is no longer a family-friendly vacation spot. Was it before, though?
They said it was. They kept saying it was. You know, I think they just had enough kid stuff to do so that the parents would come, but it never seemed very family-friendly to me.
No, it was like younger adults, have a weekend in Vegas, enjoy yourself. That's what it seemed like to me, at least.
Young to not so young adults that are in the in some sort of industry that has conventions. Bring your convention to Vegas, because then while you're in Vegas, you can party it up, do the Vegas thing, Sin
Play
City
a little bit, yeah. JT emails about Vegas, and he says, another point of corporate greed. Myself and 2 other people have hit jackpots on slots, only to be told there was a malfunction with the machine. Woo! That might make me mad.
Baloney.
All of us were given a receipt saying they would look into it. None of us ever heard back. This is becoming more common. That would do it.
Does that mean you have to wear a body cam now when you're playing slots?
Maybe
Just get
proof.
the backup.
Yeah, have your own proof there.
I would be contacting the Nevada Gaming Commission about that.
Ludwig emails, and he says about Vegas, yes, crowds are down both on and off the strip. I live in Las Vegas. Resort fees have been around since the mob ran Vegas. The extra money is used for fire, police, and teacher retirement. Yeah, they tell you that. Several casinos are now offering no resort fees and free parking, says Ludwig. Well, there you go. Some input on what's going on in Las Vegas. They always tell you this stuff like, oh, just be assured this is where the money's going. The lottery money sure is going to the schools. And you go, why are the schools still out of money? Why aren't we just swimming in cash here?
Free parking in Vegas sounds like a joke. Like who goes to these hotels and parks there?
Mm-hmm.
Also, free parking anywhere. I mean, parking is full profit for whoever, and especially these hotels.
Yeah, I mean, these hotels.
You're not
I guess
paying a mortgage on a parking lot.
I guess people think they're making enough money. It's Vegas. I'm gambling. They're making money off me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that particular thing, but I appreciate the feedback from everybody. So thank you for that. Now let's get to it. What's happening in Texas? Oh boy, is there a lot of content about this today. This is one of the local Fox affiliates, Fox 7 in Austin, Texas. Let's see if they can tell us what the hell is going on in Texas. Why are politicians leaving and hiding in other states? Why is the governor saying he's going to replace them? Let's listen in.
50 Texas Democrats left the state, breaking the 2/3 quorum requirement to continue legislative business. So they traveled to Chicago just
real quick. I hate to pop in so early, but she said 50 Texas Democrats left the state, breaking the 2/3 quorum required. If you don't know what that means, there has to be a particular amount of elected officials to reach quorum and do business. So if 2/3 of your elected officials are not there, everything stops. It grinds to a halt. This is made as a rule to make sure that your representatives are properly representing you and are there for the votes. And it's not like everybody was elected and then somebody threw a vote in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and it got 10 votes, but now it's passed because nobody else was there. You have to have quorum, enough people. And to avoid that number, the Democrats have fled the state of Texas. All right,
it's like a filibuster, but without being there.
It's leaving on a jet plane, and when they leave, they go, "Can't do any business without us here," and they kind of like stopped everything. So that's
like a strike almost.
A little bit. It's like a political strike,
or like a runaway.
The response to the strike is where things start to go wild.
A redistricting plan pushed by Governor Abbott.
It says
and
stop
President
the MAGA
Trump.
maps.
So their absence blocks a vote on new congressional maps that Democrats say would dilute the voices of Black and Latino voters. You're looking at the proposed new map. So the expected walkout effectively stalls flood recovery in the special session, with critics accusing lawmakers of putting politics ahead of disaster relief.
By the way, all of this is mega political. So what Republicans will do as a response is they'll put up a whole bunch of important issues, maybe even issues that they might not have really intended to go into. So Texas, the flooding was a really emotional story. And so they'll push forward the flooding bills or anything that they had. And they'll be like, well, let's address the flooding issues and trying to get funding to these places that were damaged and where people died because of the floods. Oh, what? Oh, the Democrats aren't here? Oh, we can't vote on this. And then they can turn around and say, we tried to vote on flooding money for the victims, but the Democrats didn't want to show up for it. So everything becomes
now
like
it's a chess game.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got their motives. Everybody's got their agenda. Everybody's playing ball.
State Representative James Tallarico released this statement, quote, we normally redistrict at the beginning of the decade after a new census, but Trump and Texas Republicans are trying to redraw these maps in the middle of the decade to rig the 2026 midterms. Regardless of political party, we cannot allow politicians to silence our voices and rig this election. In response, the Speaker of the Texas House, Justin Burrows, tweeted last night saying, quote, the Texas House will be convening at 3 p.m. later today. If a quorum is not present then, to borrow the recent talking points from some of my Democrat colleagues, all options will be on the table.
All options will be on the table. ...
Will they if there's no quorum?
Well, that was the talk of like the governor coming in and saying these elected officials are not doing their job. They're not there. So we'll replace them and put somebody else in that position that will do the job, which, you know, the governor's a Republican. Obviously, things will be going in that direction if he was to do this and replace the people that weren't actually there. The whole thing becomes a very political thing. Now, what I'll tell you, like Democrats in Texas whining about this, hey, elections have consequences. This is how it goes, baby. You got to make sure you put up candidates that can win these elections. If you don't put forward candidates that resonate with the people of Texas or anywhere else like the United States of America, you will not win elections. You can whine about it afterwards all you want, but that's how the game goes. If you can put forward a bunch of politicians that do resonate with the people of Texas or the United States of America in a broader sense, then you will win elections. And then therefore, when you want to redistrict things, you can do that. You could change it back to how it was. You could change it to something that's more advantageous to you, but you can't do any of this if you don't win elections. I don't know why there seems to be so many Democrats who have lost sight of this. You have to have good candidates. The candidates have to be appealing to the masses. You can't have a bunch of fringe weirdo issues, and then when people reject it, you're like, well, you know, now we're not happy because we lost, and this is what's happening. The governor says this. Governor Greg Abbott, this is the guy who's been in charge of Texas for a bit now. Real Texans do not run from a fight, he said. But that's exactly what most of the Texas House Democrats just did. Rather than doing their jobs and voting on urgent legislation affecting the lives of all Texans, they have fled Texas, leaving on a jet plane, to deprive the House of the quorum necessary to meet and conduct business. And he goes on to talk about how this is abandonment, blah, 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 and how he can fix this, I guess. He says, the truancy ends now. The derelict Democrat House members must return to Texas and be in attendance on Monday at 3 p.m. No idea if that's going to happen. But if they don't, what happens? For any member who fails to do so, I will invoke Texas Attorney General opinion number, and then he puts an opinion number, to remove the missing Democrats from membership in the Texas House. In that opinion, the Attorney General consider whether Texas law allows for determination that a legislator has vacated office. And so he's saying, if you don't come back, I'm replacing you. Now, here's the rub on this one. The rub on this one is that is a law and an opinion from the Attorney General that is meant for a politician that absconds their office. That means leaves their office. So let's say Christopher Lane wins an election and he starts representing his people in Texas, but then he doesn't like it. He'd rather put up the big skeleton in the yard.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be involved in politics anymore. So he just stops voting and stops going to, congressional hearings, and he stops doing whatever duties of his work. Then you can replace the person because they've absconded their office, not because they've flown away and gone on some sort of protest here. For instance, one of the judges on this said, Texas courts recognize that a vacancy may occur by the abandonment of office. Whether a specific legislator abandoned his office or her office such that a vacancy occurred will be a fact question for a court and is beyond the scope of an attorney general opinion. So the opinion that he's citing from Ken Paxton suggests that judges will be the ones that determine whether somebody is to be replaced or not. So it's all a game of chicken. And
so wait a second. That's the Attorney General of Texas going against what Governor Abbott said then?
This is him saying something. Abbott saying, I believe this says I have the authority to do this. But when you read the actual summary of what the Attorney General said, it doesn't say that the governor has the right to replace anybody.
This is the actual opinion that he's citing.
Yeah. So it doesn't say, hey, the governor could just replace these elected officials with whoever he wants because they're gone, because they're hiding in Chicago or something. You can't do that. This says that it's beyond the scope of an attorney general opinion, and it says a judge would determine this. Through a quo warranto action, a district court may determine that a legislator has forfeited his or her office due to abandonment and can remove the legislator from office, thereby creating a vacancy.
I keep getting spam calls about renewing my quo warranto.
Mm-hmm. You got to do that.
They've been trying to get a hold of you.
Long time.
Very long time.
You need to, please.
Question, though. Why are the Texas Democrats leaving the state of Texas? Why not just not show up to work that day? It seems like, is this just like a sign? Like we're just sticking it to them? This is it's going to look much more like a walkout if we actually leave the borders of the state of Texas.
Is it a thing that if you're within the borders that you have to show up? Or?
I think it is. I think it actually is. I think that if you're within the borders of Texas, they may have a mechanism to force you to go. I don't know 100%.
Vote remotely?
Possibly.
Remote vote?
This is from ChatGPT talking about a tiny deep dive on this. They said in August 2025, over 50 Democratic Texas state House members fled the state, traveling to Illinois, New York, and Massachusetts. So there wasn't enough people to do any voting. Governor Abbott threatened to remove them from office. They also said fines of $500 daily were proposed for these people. So they had to pay $500 a day. The walkout also delayed urgent flood relief legislation after storms killed 136 people in Texas. They've done similar walkouts. The Democrats have in 2003 and 2021. They failed to stop the legislation, as they will here. Oregon Republicans have done this before. In New Hampshire, Republicans in 2021 did this, and Democrats in Wisconsin and Indiana have done this. So it's a bipartisan thing that they try to do as like a show of force, even though it's just delaying the inevitable. And the walkout tactic is something we've seen a lot. So that's what's happening over in Texas. If you see anything about this and about the standoff going on, it will very likely end with the Republicans, because they won the elections, getting their way and getting that redistricting. We'll see what you think about all of this with your dispatches. Send those over at thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, this one is from Ryan, who's talking about something we mentioned on the show on Friday. Ryan says, on Friday, you guys kind of wondered when a counselor can break confidentiality. They can if there's child abuse, elder abuse, or abuse to a vulnerable adult, like one with a disability, or if there's harm to self or others. If there's harm to self or others, you have to measure desire, capability, and intent. And if you have that, you can do something about it. Also, my husband and I saw the movie together this weekend, and I think it would be right up your alley. Have a great day, Junkie, says Ryan. And Ryan, I mentioned earlier, I saw that. It was interesting and weird, and I liked it. It wasn't the greatest movie by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I put it about like a 70 Rotten Tomatoes scale. But I liked it.
Courtney doesn't like the body shifting, right? Where I remember you saying that, or maybe it was you, that it was you're talking about together, right?
Yeah.
And in the trailer, it looked like they were shifting in ways that normal humans don't. And I always thought that was like a freak out. There's no way I'm going to see a movie like that.
You might be talking about where C-Lane had some issues with a body swap movie.
That.
He had some issues with.
I didn't have any issues.
Yeah. You did, because you were like, they're breaking
like
the rules of switching places through time, or Freaky Friday type thing. You don't remember discussing this on the show? It's a while ago. Yeah. We can go back. We won't. We never do. But yeah, I mean, she's never told me, Courtney, that she's had any issues with like that sort of stuff.
Not
she was the one who wanted to
switching.
see this.
Bodies like that you bend over backwards, and now you're crawling upside down.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Bodies like disfiguring themselves.
Like
and
you're not supposed to walk like a spider, and here you are doing that.
Yes, she does not like that, which she mentioned at the end of the movie. She was like, oh boy, that freaked me out. And she doesn't like the hair, long like black hair against her face in a freaky way. But she got over it. It was there was more laughs than I anticipated in that movie, for sure. I think a lot of people would agree with that. And maybe another one of those signs that comedy's back, baby. Is that happening? We'll get to more of your feedback, your dispatches coming in. Send those over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, that other parenting story. Is it another example of bad parenting? We got more on the sports front, believe it or not, today. Updates out of that Cincinnati brawl. Some interesting new information coming in, and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio.
is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Fellas, texters are blowing us up right now. We're getting more texts than we ever have. They're affirming Russ's statement that fried bologna absolutely looks like boobs. Yes!
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a crash getting cleared up on Western Way at Buenaventura Drive. Keep an eye out for crews off to the shoulder. Clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound near Osceola Parkway. Traffic's piling up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. There's no serious accidents on the major roadways affecting your ride this afternoon. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Daytona Beverages and Bud Light celebrate our local heroes. We continue to meet sacrifice with hope for America's first responders and military families with our Folds of Honor Local Heroes Challenge. A portion of proceeds from every Bud Light sold this summer will be donated locally to Folds of Honor to fund scholarships for military and first responder families. Look for festive Bud Light summer displays at your favorite retailers. Purchase Bud Light and raise one for our heroes this summer. Daytona Beverages is locally owned and operated out of Volusia County.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Maurice Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia. Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands below MSRP. Qualified buyers, no payments all summer. No payments until next fall. Central Florida, my kids and I have been wanting to see you in a Kia for more than 20 years. Come join our family because we want to see you in a Kia. The Freedom Sale is on now. Click greenwaykias.com or visit us on East Colonial, West Colonial, or 1792 in Longwood.
Negative equity refinanced. Offers subject to lender approval guidelines. Expires 8/15/25.
It all comes down to Daytona. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns as the Cup Series regular season finale in 2025. Last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400 saw Harrison Burton secure a playoff spot with his first career Cup Series victory by a margin of 0.047 seconds. Reigning back-to-back Daytona 500 champion William Byron will be looking to become the first driver since Jimmy Johnson to win both Daytona Cup races in a single season. Race fans, enhance your race weekend by adding the Hard Rock Bet Fan Zone and pre-race access. To get more information, go to the website DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or give them a call, 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Celebrate your love this summer at the International Diamond Center and get a free romantic getaway. Hey guys, it's Russ Rollins from the Monsters. It's the Summer of Romance event now through the end of the month. Make any jewelry purchase over $3,500 and pack your bags for a free trip. It's a great time to get engaged and get an engagement ring and let IDC buy your honeymoon. Here's how it works. If you spend $3,500, IDC will give you a 3-day, 2-night hotel getaway with a $100 Visa card for spending. Choose from a dozen romantic cities. Or spend $5,000 on her jewelry and IDC will give you a 3 or 4-night luxury cruise for 2. Spend $10,000 and you get a 5-day, 4-night stay at an an upscale tropical all-inclusive resort. Choose from 4 different countries. This is a great offer and people are loving it, but time is running out. It's absolutely ending August the 31st and will not be extended. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity from Florida's premier jeweler, International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall of Millennia. Details and restrictions at shopidc.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is the Shock Incarceration Podcast. What would you do if one bad decision forced you to choose between a maximum security prison or the most brutal boot camp designed to be hell on earth? Unfortunately for Mark Lombardo, this was the choice he faced.
He said, "You are a number, a New York State number, and we own you."
Listen to Shock Incarceration on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Shock Incarceration and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
First dispatches of the week. Send us your A-plus material. You got thoughts on what we're saying or what we're not saying. If there's something you want to take on, you hear a story that you'd like to hear us discuss, go for it. Send it a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
There's been just emails so far.
Yeah, I think so. But we'll get to them. I'm not going to try to completely ignore them, at least not for the moment. We'll get to this story of what I think was maybe some bad parenting on display. Not quite as bad as the previous one, where the person found out their parents hid their college acceptance letters from them, and Cornell and all these other colleges that accepted them, but their parents were like, it's too far. I don't want you going there. So they hid them for years and years and years. We'll get to that in a moment. I saw over the weekend a couple of things happen with that stupid Sydney Sweeney story, which normal people don't really care about in the slightest, I've found. It started with the jeans ad, and then people were like, discussing jeans is like somehow makes you a Nazi or something.
Have either of you had the instance where you have to explain what's going on?
The controversy?
What's it like? What happened with Sydney Sweeney? Why is everyone upset at her? And I'm like, I don't even know. But if something with jeans, maybe jeans, but with the G and Nazis and blue hair, blonde eye, just don't look at the internet. I think it's dumb.
It's a lot of people out of the loop because when they don't know what's going on online and then you explain it to them in real life, they go, that's not real. That's not what, who did what now? What? Nobody really actually thinks about this stuff. And most people are normal, which I thank God for all the time. And I thank God that a lot of this is not reality. But the jeans ad, American Eagle jeans, I believe, is what started this.
Yes.
They've gotten a lot of press out of this stupid thing. And the leftover woke people were like, you're mentioning jeans, and she's a white girl, and so blah, 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 and on from there, it turned into a thing. And I thought it was dead. And then I loved American Eagle coming out and saying, like, hey, basically shut up, everybody. Just what are you talking about? Let me see if I can bring up American Eagle. I think it was on their Instagram that they ended up addressing this finally after all the stupid talk online, and they backed her up, which is so different than what would have happened in like 2015 or something when a lot of crazy stuff was going on in the press and the world. And American Eagle said, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. The ad was and is always about the jeans, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everybody wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everybody. And the comments, like 16,000 likes. I'm so tired of everybody being offended by everything. The next one, no need to explain. Normal people understood it. So most people like just weren't grasping onto this, but not complacent with that being the end of anything. BuzzFeed ran this story this weekend, 3.7 million views. And it says, yes, Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican. Oh my God.
Come again?
Can't even imagine. They brought out their Republican detectors and they were like, beep, 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 and they detected that Sydney Sweeney was a registered Republican alongside a couple other people. I think there's a few other ones out there. And when I saw this from BuzzFeed, I'm like, this is such like a city-based left-wing, like a silver spoon kid writing these kind of articles. When you hear stuff like this, like, oh, Sydney Sweeney is a Republican. Yeah, there are people out there who have different viewpoints than you. And maybe she doesn't even care about any of this stuff. You don't even know. Like, just the idea that you're out there as if this is the Red Scare and you're outing a bunch of commies or something. Like, did you hear? Oh my, Sydney Sweeney's a registered Republican. I remember on our home station, there used to be a promo that played all the time. And whenever the promo played, I would cringe so hard. And it wasn't one for our show. It was for another show. And it was like some guy saying he learned that his wife was a registered Republican and he might divorce her now, and that's worse than being a zombie or something.
I'm sorry, you didn't know that before you got married?
And I always thought when I heard that promo, and it aired a lot, I always thought, like, how do you think the other half of the country is going to feel about things like this? The other half of the country that doesn't have the same political party affiliation that you do. How do you think, like, how are they going to react? To be like, oh my God, we got one on the line here.
Vicious cycle.
That to me is really when you start to lose people. I think that was dumb. I don't think we should have played that promo. I think that is bad strategy all over. And I think this is kind of part and parcel to the same thing. It's like, dude, not everybody thinks the same way you do. Not everybody wants to vote for the same people. And you don't even know anything about this person. But the idea that you think this is going to catch fire online because somebody has a different voting affiliation than you do is super weird. It's just, and you're going to, with that strategy, you're going to keep losing elections.
Well, are they trying to tie it to this jeans thing?
Well, it probably came up as a result of that because it didn't come up before that.
I remember hearing she was Republican before.
Well, this says, after the whole American Eagle backlash, it has emerged that Sydney Sweeney is indeed a Republican.
There
we have it.
Emerged the details of the commercial that she wrote the script for and everything?
No, it doesn't mention that. Not here.
Sydney Sweeney accepted a probably fat paycheck. Mm-hmm. And that was it for a 15-second spot. I mean, I love that this is turning on her versus whoever wrote it and American Eagle, and they doubled down saying that's all it was. It was about jeans with a J, so move on.
Yeah,
it's the latest controversy until something else comes up. It's a distraction.
I think, to be fair, they were like doing a double entendre on jeans, but talking about having good jeans is not a racist thing. That's where I think a lot of people were like, wait, what? Like if I see Amy Coughfel's kids are incredibly good at sports, and I say, man, those kids have some good genes. This is not a racist thing. This is an acknowledgement that both of your parents turn out to be.
It's almost a compliment to the parents.
Yeah, it's a heavy responsibility. Like, for instance, my genes, certainly in the sports world, not fantastic. Not real winners. Not real winners. And come to think of it, Dylan, my son, proof that when I spread my genes even further, I didn't make any professional football or baseball players. And these are things that normal people talk about. But when you run stories, like a legitimate story, there was all sorts of stuff across the wires about this. And you're like, this person is a Republican. It's a self-report. Like, you don't know. You do, actually. You don't know you do, or people are shutting up around you. You have friends. You have loved ones. You have family members. You have people you interact with every day who are Republicans. They won the last popular vote, okay? Stop with this stuff like this is some crazy boogeyman thing. On the other hand, seeing this and not being able to take the W, Trump says over on Truth Social, Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there. It's the hottest ad. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans, and I don't know where this quote is coming from, but it says, and the jeans are flying off the shelves.
I don't know if he's quoting an actual report that jeans are flying off the shelves, or if he's just using quotes as to say, as they say, flying off the shelves.
Flying off the shelves. Go get them, Sydney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid, seriously woke advertisement that's a total disaster. So he's weighing into all of this stuff. He said, just look at the woke singer Taylor Swift, blah, 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 blah.
Taylor Swift has been on vacation after a 2-year tour.
Mm-hmm.
This is relevant?
She
President
didn't
of
make
the United
any
States of
comment
America?
No, of course it's not. It's stupid. It's like just as stupid as anything else. But it's like everybody trying to take these minor everyday things and try to make them into the giant political fodder that everybody can go nuts for. I'll tell you this, for a jeans ad, it's had a lot of conversation about it. I don't know that I've ever talked about another jeans ad so
I don't know
much.
if it's actually selling any jeans.
I don't know that if that's true or what, but certainly there's been conversation from people who are
The stock
online.
went up. It's IPO.
Maybe
it's back down. It went up when that's when we brought up the commercial at first.
American Eagle, right? American Eagle.
But they were
stock.
associating not with any sort of jeans, Nazi, white nationalism stuff. It was that it had gone up from $11 to $15. But I think last time we talked about it was back to $11.
Do we know when the ad came out? I don't remember. Like maybe a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks. Okay, if we go 2 weeks ago, the stock for American Eagle was around $10. If we go back a couple of weeks, and then it went up to $12 last Monday, and then it went back down to $10, like in the heat of all of this. But now it's back up to $13.24. So this month it's up 33%, the American Eagle Outfitters stock. I don't know if this is working out for them or not. I know the average person is like, thinks this stuff is really stupid. It's really dumb. There are people out there who have different political beliefs than you. They're not all monsters, despite what you believe. They're not all like Nazis and whatever you want to say. You just further isolate yourself when you do that kind of stuff. Get outside, touch grass, inhale oxygen, watch the kids roaming around, going back to school this week. Enjoy yourself. Have a Lunchable as an adult. Have a dessert. I did it this week. I'm the slowest person on this. I had a bite of that Dubai chocolate this weekend. Oh my God. It was delicious. I don't know why it took so long to try this. Like everybody else.
What makes it Dubai?
Nothing really, just the name. They're not growing anything to make chocolate in the middle of the desert.
Pistachios.
Have you seen any of the viral stuff with that Dubai chocolate?
Yeah, I know it was like a handful of months ago that there's a lot of TikToks talking about Dubai chocolate. But isn't it just chocolate with pistachios in it?
I think so. Yeah. But like
this
it's
is
crunchy.
the first I've heard of it.
Oh, it was like a whole thing. Everybody's like, you got to try the viral chocolate. This weekend, I see it at the 7-Eleven.
Why does Dubai get the credit for pistachios and chocolate?
Branding. Just
good question.
Must
branding
be nice.
on their
Good
part.
question.
But it went from I've never heard it before in my life to I don't know how they fast tracked this at the 7-Eleven counter. Dubai chocolate. I said I'm going to try that.
I don't even know that I would necessarily call this a fast track. That I feel like it's viral last year.
Around.
I'm not, guys. I said I was the last person on the trend. Okay,
I'm saying more on the Dubai part, and that it's gone viral. But it's just it sucks for that one person who's like, I'm going to make this chocolate bar and put my entire savings in it. They did it 15 years ago, or it was not as cool.
It wasn't bad though. I thought it was pretty good. Mary on Facebook says, American Eagle clothes are good quality and last a very long time. When they have sales, they are awesome. I might need to get some American Eagle. I have a rip in the crotch of these jeans, and these are like my main jeans. The rip is growing. It is not great. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to that bad parenting story. We'll get to jury duty. That's on the way as well. There's a whole lot more coming up. It's a Monday with a lot to talk about. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative.
Extension worth nearly $68 million. Sunday baseball, the Marlins beat the Yankees again, completing a 3-game sweep. They've won 5 straight overall. The Rays, meanwhile, lost to the Dodgers. And soccer, after Saturday's win, Orlando City preparing to wrap up group stage play in the Leagues Cup tournament with a home match on Wednesday. I'm Matt McCoy.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
It was a typical day in Central Florida until the word got out. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down. Just go to RC Hill. RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand and Ocala, where every vehicle is just a dime. Right, RC?
Yes, sir. 400 vehicles, one dime down. New Mitsubishi's just 15 grand. Even new Outlander SUVs, plus acres of pre-owned. They're all just one dime down.
And get 0% financing for 60 months.
Need credit? Just ask for credit amnesty. If you bring home $400 a week, you could get up to $30,000 in credit.
30 grand with only one dime down.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi, 2 locations in DeLand and Ocala.
Where it's a crime to pay more than a dime.
400 vehicles, one dime down.
RCHill.com.
RCHill.com.
New 25 Outlander ES 32.2 dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Okay, Floridians, this is your last chance to save 30% on solar. Federal solar tax credits are in jeopardy. So if you've been thinking about going solar, now is the time to act, and Solar Source is the company to use. So if you've been on the fence, there's no more time to wait. Go to solarsource.com, get your estimate, and get your order in before August 31st to claim your 2025 tax credit.
Hey, folks. Florida Department of Health urges residents to make informed decisions about raw milk after people are getting sick. Bro, who wants to drink raw milk so bad? Who are you people? What's the desire for raw milk? Ultra pasteurized milk, Fairlife by brand. Ultra pasteurized milk is superior in every measurable way to raw milk. It is superior in every way. I don't know why anybody on planet Earth is like, hey, I want to have raw milk. And, you know, like all the RFK types, I guess, are going after it. And Florida now has to say, hey, folks, make informed decisions about drinking raw milk. Straight from the teat, yeah. I got that Fairlife in my fridge right now. AJ's soup is on the right front right there. It's good, right? It's good. It's the opposite of raw milk. It's cooked milk. 90 seconds. We're here to escape tyranny? What, the tyranny of YouTube? Imagine what they're saying right now. They might be just fawning over Sydney Sweeney or yelling about politics or something. I don't know, but I miss them. I miss you, YouTube.
This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Shop Mattress Firm's best sale of the year.
All right, here we go.
Their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy. Shop Mattress Firm's best sale of the year.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
You can't be stopped with Unstoppable's laundry scent boosters because they give your clothes 24-hour nonstop freshness. So even on your longest nonstop days, you'll be confident in smelling fresh all day long. Try now for as low as $5 and smell unstoppable.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the news.
Just a moment here, brief jury duty. But one of the weird things that happened when we went to the theater this weekend and watched that movie together. If you missed it, the movie Together was good, worth watching if you're into like horror, thriller type stuff, comedy stuff, all that. But the part that we were talking about a bunch after the movie was, and bear with me here, because I'm not actually talking about the first thing I'm going to say, but in the movie Together, Allison Brie, who is one of the stars of this with the Franco brother, and her and Dave Franco are the stars of Together, but she's in the movie, and there's a scene where Allison Brie, who you might remember for Community and stuff, is topless. And I swear to God, dead silent, topless scene for like maybe 3 seconds with Allison Brie in this movie. And I hear somebody like wolf whistles, full volume, or cat whistles. I don't know.
Cat called the quick boobs.
Like 4 seconds, the boobs are up on the screen. Dead silence, and somebody in a packed theater whistles. And Courtney goes, "Can you imagine being the woman right next to that guy? Can you imagine being his girlfriend or his partner?"
That was a guy who went there by himself.
I said, I like how you think this person had somebody with them. Like, if a guy
but it's
is
very
whistling
sucked.
If the guy's whistling at Allison Brie's boobs on the screen for 3 seconds, I don't think he has a partner in crime next to him. I don't think he has a girlfriend
or he
or
has
a
one
wife.
that thinks that's funny.
Or so used to every time her breasts are exposed that there is going to be a whistle shortly thereafter.
If you're next to your wife, C-Lane, you are in the movie theater. Allison Brie, if you don't know her, this is Allison Brie from Community. She is on the screen and her boobs show for a couple of seconds, and you whistle. How's that going to go over with your wife?
She'll be like, "Why did you learn to whistle like that?"
It's going to be like,
"Teach me.
What are you doing? What? That's so weird. It's a weird ass thing for 5 seconds." And mind you, there already was an earlier moment where there was male genitalia on the screen.
Hubba.
Right. And people went like, whoa, you know, like there was already a moment for that. And I'm watching, I'm going, is this just what we do now?
Is this the movie theater experience now? Because that's why I stay at home. I mean,
is everybody 15?
No one's seen. Yeah, I think even prior to that, I think 15-year-olds would probably react better. Apparently, they couldn't handle the chicken jockey stuff, but I think when it came to boobs, we'd have a little bit more decorum than apparently all the adults together this weekend.
Oh, my God. They're naked on the screen. Like, oh, my. Guys, we're going to be all right. I don't think I'm spoiling too much here. You can imagine the movie is called Together, and the couple gets stuck together. You can imagine if they're gonna show that in any of these circumstances. There's one particular circumstance that they're gonna show where they get stuck together. Like, I mean, that's like if you read the little plot line of the movie, that's probably coming. And they showed that. It showed like the stuck moment,
right?
And everybody in the theater is like, "Oh, woohoo! Yeah, all right, woo!" What is happening here? What is it? Like, just a really bizarre reaction to everybody with nudity. React to nudity like I do and like everybody else does. When you see nudity on the screen, you go, "Whoa!"
I was kind of tempted. There we would react when there's dongs on the screen.
We do. We always say, "Oh, full D's, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Full T's, huh?" Okay.
So it's like, oh, all right.
Is there no equivalent wolf whistle or cat whistle or whatever for men so that everybody just went
ladies
like,
go, oh.
There is if it's a really big wiener. Because
and then we go, oh my God, and that's soft too. What
do they do? Is it
would it be at full mast?
Is it a slide whistle noise? What's the sound?
There was a thing not too long ago. You guys are gonna remember it. I don't remember what the show was called, but there was
Euphoria.
I don't think it was Euphoria.
Bathroom scene. 30 Ds.
I thought it was not 30 Ds. There was one particularly giant D. And it was in like a locker room or something.
Euphoria.
And it was one of those things where you purposely show your friends just to see their reaction.
Yeah.
And we showed one of our friends, and as soon as it whoa!
What's wrong with us? Guys, we're adults. Aren't we adults?
This was a girl. This was a woman we showed this to.
Ladies, gentlemen, that's what I'm talking about. It was men and women that were reacting to these scenes during the movie. And I go, guys, have you seen naked people before?
When we were going to watch The Hunting Wives, and Ashley was like, I've heard it's good. I don't know.
That's not how lesbian sex works.
You might not like. I've heard it's decent. We'll see. And I go. I looked at the description. I go, oh, Malin Ackerman's in it. I'm in. And she goes, you don't know who Malin Ackerman is? I go, yes, I do. I've seen a bunch of movies with her in it.
She loves to show tease.
And I did not know that until the first 3 minutes of the show.
More than Mia Goth?
More than who?
Yeah. Mia Goth is like the whole movie, just completely topless. So every second of it.
The whole movie?
She did the series of movies, the horror film ones.
Got it.
Triple X, or whatever was one of them.
I just
Triple X.
I just remember saying, like, I had brought this up, and I was like, "Ooh, she's hot. Let's watch this." And then she's naked in the first couple minutes, and I
didn't expect Pitch Perfect nips. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. By Pitch Perfect nips, what do you mean? Do you mean that they are perfect, or that they look like the nips from Pitch Perfect?
No, Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect.
Oh, okay.
They didn't show boobs to that part yet. Okay, spoiler alert, but you're going to wait for it.
Babe, we're finishing this show.
Guess who's excited? Okay, we got to take a quick break. I didn't get to jury duty. We will do that. I promise I'll do the bad parenting story. It's a fantastic one. And I think, again, we'll all agree that this is bad parenting, but we'll see. We'll join in on that.
If we get there.
We will, I promise.
Oh, I already got there.
We'll get to jury duty. We'll get to a whole lot more. Plus, one of the victims in the Diddy case is telling the judge that Diddy should be released. This is kind of a strange twist, but I'll read the letter from the victim and see what that's all about. A whole lot more in the final hour of the show. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You might run into some slowdowns on the ramp from the Beach Line westbound to Florida's Turnpike southbound. There's an accident to look out for here, slowing down traffic on I-4 westbound near Sand Lake Road. It's going to be your typical delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. There's nothing really to worry about on the other major roadways. Traffic is up to speed there, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Power outage? You're still rolling with Everdoor. Get $75 off a battery backup opener today. Don't let the dark shut you out. Everdoor keeps you moving. Visit Everdoor.com. the garage door that lasts evermore.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Can you believe it's already August with kids getting ready to go back to school and we're heading into the height of the hurricane season? That's why having the right windows and doors makes such a difference. And here to help me explain why is Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen.
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors are engineered to withstand high-velocity impacts, providing enhanced protection against flying debris during storms, keeping your home safe and secure.
As always, Renewal by Andersen has a great deal to help you get started. Chelsea, what are you offering in August?
We're excited to offer our triple savings month. $300 off windows and $825 off patio doors. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus offer, the first 50 callers get a free True Scene insect screen upgrade.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Just like Chelsea said, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Official part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
It all comes down to Daytona. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns as the Cup Series regular season finale in 2025. Last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400 saw Harrison Burton secure a playoff spot with his first career Cup Series victory by a margin of 0.047 seconds. Reigning back-to-back Daytona 500 champion William Byron will be looking to become the first driver since Jimmy Johnson to win both Daytona Cup races in a single season. Race fans, enhance your race weekend by adding the Hard Rock Bet Fan Zone and pre-race access. To get more information, go to the website DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or give them a call, 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure.
Couple of minutes, folks. Back live in a couple of minutes.
Unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE with men.
Big ups and thank you to Bill P. Bill P, the latest Secret Show subscriber. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you. Jump on board, subscribe to Secret Shows, grab a gift, some exclusive merch on the way out. Claim whichever one you want. There's a couple options up there, 3 of them, I think, at thenewsjunkie.com.
Project free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Del Mike. What's happening, friends? Hello. Happy Monday. Only see the Twitch people today. It's a twitchy kind of day. Where my YouTube at? What's up, YouTube? YouTube, the News Junkie. Let's see, I find some of you. I didn't realize how much time was left. Not a lot. What's up, Steffa P? Laheva Rasta. Over on YouTube, One Hell of a Punk Show. Michael, Landscape, Tanya, T-Back. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here on a Monday. All right, we're coming back.
Approved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
Radio, Newsroom 104.1.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
He says, on the topic of jeans, I haven't heard this much controversy about a jeans commercial since Brooke Shields and Calvin Klein, he says. I don't remember Brooke Shields and Calvin Klein.
I think that was early 90s.
You think so? Oh, man. I mean,
like a televised ad or?
I remember Brooke Shields and some jeans thing, but I think I was a kid or something, maybe?
You might not even have been.
Wow.
I was way off. Brooke Shields' infamous Calvin Klein ad aired, it has pictures here, but aired in November 1980, 43 years ago.
Oh, my God, really?
Actually, 44, because this was posted a year ago.
Yeah, so I was just barely born at that time.
Oh, and the reason it was, I don't know if you would call it, it might have been controversial for the time because things have shifted. Now it seems like not much, but she uttered the famous phrase, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins?"
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, I've heard that before. Nothing, like she's going commando. And
she has since stated that she was naive and didn't know what it meant.
What political party was she voting for at the time?
You know what? I'm going to have to find out what county she was registered in.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
Dion to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Spoiler, but not spoiling. Dude, in the same segment, you said you don't want to spoil anything, yet you became so fixated with the movie that you talked about every detail. People who haven't seen the movie can't even go and be surprised by these moments now because you ruined the whole experience, even the ending. I'll save myself the 45 minutes of trailers, though. I appreciated that. Well, that's just default. Like, build that in. Don't ever think your movie time is when your movie starts. Give it at least 20 minutes. 20 minutes after your movie says it starts as like the earliest that sucker is ever going to start.
Here's how you know if there's going to be a lot of trailers. Are you late to the movie? No, there's going to be barely any trailers.
Yeah,
Are you on time for your movie? 45 minutes of trailers.
Yeah.
It is a constant. It is a scientific fact.
By the way, I didn't spoil anything more in that movie. There's way more spoilers in the trailer. Like
here they are.
One after another. You have to trust me that I've seen the movie. You haven't seen the movie. Trust me, I didn't ruin the movie or spoil the movie for you. I did. Nothing that I've said is a surprise if you've even seen as much as like the byline of what the movie's about. But anyhow, go watch it on your own or don't. It's up to you. A couple of things here. Grab bag segment, and then I'm going to work in jury duty. This is weird to me. I don't know. I always feel weird about this. There's a whole flurry, and I mean flurry, of stories today about the influencer girl, kid, Lil Tay. Remember
the one that
kid?
faked her own death, kind of?
Faked her own death. She was in her mom's videos had stacks of cash when she was just a kid or whatever.
Pushing up a storm.
Yeah, and she's like, she went viral because it was like, oh my God, this little kid is rich and is cursing and saying all this stuff. Now, all over the place, I keep running into Lil Tay turned 18, launched an OnlyFans, and made $1 million in 3 minutes or something. And
no way.
Yeah.
Turned 18.
Look. This is just a tiny example. Lil Tay just turned 18, launched an OnlyFans, made $1 million in 3 hours, this one says. She says all the content was filmed after she turned 18. Well, there wasn't a big window of opportunity for the content to be filmed, so I hope so. Otherwise, if she didn't turn 18 and film the content and then release that, no, you can't do that.
You're all like, all right, Lil Tay's legal. I'm signing up for her OnlyFans. It's like, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Woo. So Lil Tay claims she made $1 million. I'm not going to play the video, but there's like some video of her making the rounds. And she's like, we broke the link record. You know, we're the youngest link of the century, 1 million in a couple hours from my OnlyFans. I was like,
and I'm not dead, guys.
What a weird trajectory this is for a kid. You're little and your parents use you as a viral prop, and then your parents fight over you in a divorce or something, and then you pretend that you died, and everybody like has a round of stories where people said Lil Tay, the viral star, died, and now it's like, now you are launching your OnlyFans. Whoa.
But that makes $1 million. So who's sitting there paying that money?
And who are these guys? 100,000 subscribers. If she's not lying, I believe her. Maybe
Can't you
she's
see
lying,
that on the
lying.
OnlyFans page?
Maybe I'm not going to it, but let's say she got
guys.
Like the guys who do this, much like the Catch Me Outside girl, this is weird, man.
Question, Sean.
Extremely weird, and know that they absolutely exist. Because when I went to that Catch Me Outside concert just to see, like, okay, what is this all about? Nothing. It was great to get a drink because I was there at the bar. But to see these grown-ass men, like, by themselves in the middle of the crowd, small venue.
That's weird.
Filming it was just so uncomfortable. I was no one confronting them. The parents, there were parents there, like, waiting for their kids to be done with the concert off to the side, and then no confrontation of these grown-ass men by themselves filming this 16, 17-year-old.
I know a lot of guys would be like, well, she's 18, it's legal, but it's still...
But you've been waiting for
guys,
day off?
Let's reverse it a little bit. Let's flip it and reverse it here, okay? Let's say there is some young Hollywood star. It's a guy, and he's 15, 16, whatever, and then the day he turns 18, he launches an OnlyFans, and this happens, and a bunch of women are like, whoa, I've been waiting, woohoo! Get to see his young dong out there flopping around.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll
wait to
I'll
see
never forget
Daniel
what you've done.
Radcliffe's hammer.
Yes, right. Like if they were, oh my God, Harry Potter is an OnlyFans, you would go, these ladies are weird.
More like
They
not
are
so Harry
weird.
Potter from what I saw from his OnlyFans.
That's strange. I don't like it. I get that she's 18, but don't you want a woman? Yeah, for God's sake.
Now, with the case of Danielle Bregoli, I believe she is not nude in her OnlyFans.
No, she made that money messaging back and forth.
So
yeah, most of her money was messaging.
Is Lil Tay the same way?
Well, they were talking about her content was filmed
Down by the
before she
bay?
turned, or was filmed after she turned 18. So I hope so. I hope whatever it is. I don't know. I just find that weird. It brings me back to the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen thing. I mean, everybody thought that was kind of funny at the time.
Countdown.
You guys are like, it's like you guys are almost pedophiles and kind of proud of it. I don't know. That seems weird to me.
It's predatory. That's for sure.
People went nuts when that Bonnie Blue or one of those kind of viral porn people did a thing where the moment a guy turned 18, she had sex with him, and people were like, "That's weird and predatory and strange." Yeah, it's like waiting for the finish line, and then somebody hits 18, and then being exciting about it. That's weird, man. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know.
I think with it didn't seem as bad for the Mary-Kate and Ashley one, at least for me, because
You got it, dude.
they turned 18 a couple months before I did. So I think of anybody.
Well, that's not weird.
Should have been fully allowed to count down to
That
their
makes
18th
sense.
birthday.
Yeah, that's not weird. But when we have, like, I'm guessing some of these guys are quite old. Like, I'm guessing some of these guys are grown-ass men paying taxes with jobs and, like, an insurance plan. And
to be honest with you, when you said Lil Tay, I'm like, oh, what is the 14-year-old doing now? I had no idea she was even close to being 18 years old.
Yeah,
It's
that makes
wild to me.
Because it still appears like a child.
Before I forget this question, because I thought about it a second ago and then we've been sidetracked. Sean, when you were in high school, were there any girls that talked about wanting to get breast implants, either while they were in high school or shortly after?
No, that
would have seemed a little inappropriate. Would have seemed
I don't know,
soon.
because like the 90s were kind of the big explosion of plastic surgery and breast implants, I would think.
Breast
So-
implants look so different back in the day.
No, but he's just saying, like, somebody wanting to do it wouldn't have been weird since there was so many people in the 90s getting breast implants. But I don't remember any girls in school doing that.
No,
necessarily.
I don't know that it was like super talked about, but like think about now where it's like, oh, there are probably some girls in high school right now thinking, man, when I turn 18, I can hit that sign up. I can hit that sign up button, onlyfans.com.
Yep. And then teachers, some of their male teachers will be like, oh,
Send me the link.
Oh. All right, let's get into a couple of things that I've teased. We got to pay these off.
I just teased Lube with the video from last week. I said, Celie needs to show you something real quick.
Oh,
chance.
Of him and Lube making out?
I made it sound very professional, and Celine's trying to stretch it out, but he's there waiting outside the studio.
Oh, is he? Did he see it or no?
He hasn't
did
seen
not
it yet.
see it.
No? Oh, bring him in if he's there.
I'm not bringing him in.
No,
See, like,
not,
you
I don't think
you
it's going to go
showed
well.
Jack Bradshaw. You showed all these other people in the office.
Yeah, Jack
you draw
cried.
the line?
Jack cried laughing.
You draw the line of the person who's the subject of it.
You draw the line of the man you in with AI made out with. You're not going to show him the video of you guys kissing?
I'll show him during the break.
Okay.
I think it should go well.
All right. Let me get to these stories real quick. One of them was the one I said, which is just bad parenting. And again, I think we might agree on this. This says, Courtney sent this over. Parents allegedly ditched their 10-year-old at the airport, jetting off to a vacation without him. Completely surreal, says one of the airport attendees. As mom and dad prepared for takeoff, their kid was left as a cast-off. The unnamed mother and father allegedly abandoned a 10-year-old boy at an unidentified airport in Spain after realizing they didn't pack all of the tot's necessary travel documents. Unwilling to miss their flight, the jet setters boarded the Airbus, leaving the son behind at the airport terminal, hoping some family member would eventually and hopefully retrieve him.
Are you okay?
This isn't a real photo, but it's funny. It's a little kid crying at the airport next to his briefcase like he was the one left behind. And they said the kid told police that his parents were on the plane on their way to their country home for vacation, said Lillian, a purported air operations coordinator at the plane station where the incident occurred. She said the explanation given was that the child was traveling with an expired passport from Spain and needed a travel visa. Since he didn't have a visa, they couldn't bring him, and so they just left behind, and the parents went on the vacation and left the kid at the airport.
That's wild.
Just hanging out behind, unaccompanied minor, not on the flight, but at the airport. It says most airlines allow children to fly alone, but leaving an unaccompanied minor alone at the airport doesn't fly with most people worldwide.
What's happening?
Is he in there? Lube, the engineer, has made his way into Sealand's booth. Sealand's showing him the video.
I think he's cursing.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, okay.
He had to cut the mic just in case he was like,
Oh.
what the beep?
I was worried about that.
He gave him a pat on the back.
I was worried about him cursing. This guy flies. He flies loose sometimes.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen. I was wondering what he might say.
Well, we
too.
appreciate you bringing the internet back as well as some very fun light humor.
He liked it. He gave him a handshake for it.
He said, "Fantastic."
A hand what?
And he said, "I always liked you." And then it got weird.
Now let's recreate it in the studio.
Good. You saw the
he's
video.
fine.
The video's fine.
He's going right to Jack asking for Celine's job. And then
There's our second bad parent, and now it's time to get to it. Here we go, friends. This has been long enough. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
I like how we enjoyed it. That makes it so much better, I think. It does. It makes it better. All right, jury duty brought to you by the one and only.
Really just
I was very scared for that.
What is this? Just starts dropping homophobic
I'm not
bombs.
bleeping. Yeah.
What do you think I am? Or he gets confused. Like, wait, hold on. Is this?
Goes to kiss you.
I don't remember
the door now.
All right, jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, call Mo because he's going to help you through the process. You'll be amazed at how fast you end up with a check in your hand. Those insurance companies, they do not like dealing with Moses DeWitt, but you will. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. Told you this a moment ago, but apparently victim number 3 in the Diddy Combs trial, victim number 3, identified as Gina or Virginia Huynh, Huynh, Honey, says that they want Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, released from prison. And this was one of the people that was a victim in the whole thing.
They testified?
I don't know if she testified. It says, known as victim number 3 in the Holmes trial. And here's what she says. I'll just read from her words. Dear Your Honor, obviously this is for the judge in the Diddy case. My name is Virginia H. I'm writing as the person identified as victim 3 in this case. I have known Sean Combs for many years in both a personal and professional capacity. From that experience, I have seen him primarily as a father, a family man, and a businessman, roles that he is always striving to uphold. I provide this letter to share my observations about his character and to respectfully request that the court permit his release on bond while the case proceeds. I acknowledge and respect that Mr. Combs stands accused and that the court must weigh public safety and the integrity of the legal process. At the same time, I believe it's important for the court to have a full picture of who he is beyond the allegation.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Our relation, like many, was not always perfect. We experienced ups and downs and mistakes that were made. Over the years that followed, he made a visible effort to become a better person and address the harm he had caused. I'm writing because I do not view Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, as a danger to me or to the community. This is his first criminal case. Throughout the investigation and proceedings, he has been cooperative, respectful, and compliant. He has substantial ties to his family and community, including children who would depend on him for emotional and financial support. Granting him bond would allow him to continue caring for his family and fulfilling his responsibilities while still subject to the court's supervision. I want to assure the court, if released, I believe Mr. Combs will adhere to all the conditions. Thank you for your time and your consideration. And that's one of the people, victim number 3, I guess.
Where did that come from?
And they can verify that she wrote that.
I guess it was from Combs' legal team that it came from, but it says that it was from her, and the judge they want to let Diddy out before the sentencing, which isn't until October 3rd.
I mean, is the worry that he is going to be a danger to victims or to the community, or is the worry that he's going to say bye
and just dip,
peace out Why is he coming to my house?
Why not? Well, not because you're friends or anything. I'm not saying that. Let's take a break. We'll take a quick break. Yeah, that makes sense.
When we come back,
no, it's not here. It's just Lube. Still Lube outside the studio. Still amazed.
Waited out here. I felt bad.
He's just waiting to chit chat a little more. When we come back, we'll get to some more of your thoughts. The dispatches that I've been ignoring, they are on the horizon, friend. We're going to get to some of those coming up next. I got a ton of clips we got to play before we get out of here, so don't miss any of it as we wrap things up on a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Keep an eye out for a crash getting cleared up off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near Sand Lake Road. Traffic starting to slow down on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traffic's piling up on Florida's Turnpike northbound near that Oakland Exchange area. The roadways are starting to get busy, so travel with caution this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taking a Walk Podcast.
I'm Buzz Knight, the host of the Taking a Walk podcast, and join us for an upcoming episode with a true music legend, Lyle Lovett. Lyle Lovett on the Taking a Walk podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Folks, it is hot outside. This is summer in Florida. And when you're in the tropics and the sun starts boiling down and frying away at you, you need to ditch inside every once in a while. Take care of yourself in the air conditioning and put that AC where you want it to be. You deserve that much. You're paying the power bill after all. But if something doesn't work the right way, if things aren't working out as they should, if your house is a little more warm than it used to be, you need somebody you can trust to help you out with your AC. And that company is Mills Air. Trust me on this. This is a company I'm proud to tell you about because they have been around for over 30 years. And Leon Mills, I know he leaves people with a really good impression of how service can be when it's done right, how people can feel about working with a company like this. They don't feel like they got ripped off. They feel like they were taken care of. They feel like they want to call them again next time, God forbid, something goes wrong. That's why you call Mills Air. A lot of you have done that, I'm happy to say. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number, 407-277-1159. Don't forget that, 407-277-1159, or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas. T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers.
Hey! Steve emails the show. Steve says about the movie Together, Sean, you didn't spoil anything on the movie. I saw Allison Brie and Dave Franco on The Daily Show being interviewed, and they talked about filming the scene where their genitals are fused together, so you didn't spoil anything. Thanks. Good show as always, Steve. Steve's got my back. Thank God for Steve. I got nobody on YouTube today to have my back. I got these folks from Twitch. They're good usually. Steve is not a fake person. Steve is a real deal. I don't want to show you his email address, but Steve's real. I assure you. He's real. It's not Steve Relish. I can't show you without showing his email. You're just going to have to trust me. Steve's real. That's it. We got 3 minutes. What are we missing? What stories have we missed today? What stories do we need to weigh in on? Did you guys see this story? I see it everywhere. It seems like a stupid story to me, honestly. Of the guy that got kicked out of the soccer game for the MAGA hat. Did you guys see that? The story is St. Louis MLS soccer game. Almost 5 million views on the video of the guy getting kicked out of the soccer game with a MAGA hat. And immediately, my brain, like it often does in these situations, went to, like, I'm almost sure you weren't just sitting there with a MAGA hat on. You know what I mean? Like, I know they have policies about political stuff in some of these arenas and whatnot, but my gut tells me it wasn't just simply you sitting there with a hat on that led the police to try to escort you out of the game. Something tells me there's a little bit more to it than that. And I think his point was like, oh, they can wear like pride stuff everywhere. There's pride stuff all over the place, which I believe is political. I believe pride is political, pretty explicitly, I think, honestly. But it's not a particular candidate if they have rules against that. MAGA would be like, obviously, for a political candidate. But I think it strikes me as bullshit. It strikes me as like, guys sitting there, there's a bunch of nonsense happening, and then on the way out, he's like, it's because of my hat. And you're like, okay. All right. I don't want your raw milk if you're trying to get those to me. I have no interest in raw milk, whatever. Not even slightly. Oh, shoot. We got 1 minute. We're coming back right now. Now we're going to see how much we can work into one segment here on the show. Pride is not political, but MAGA is. And as long as they get rid of people of Kamala hats also. I disagree on the pride front mostly, but I think MAGA is obviously. It's just clearly. And I don't think that's it. I don't think it was just some person sitting there. It was probably creating some drama beforehand. And then when the drama is created, it's like, I'm being discriminated.
This is the Shock Incarceration Podcast. What would you do if one bad decision forced you to choose between a maximum security prison or the most brutal boot camp designed to be hell on earth? Unfortunately for Mark Lombardo, this was the choice he faced.
He said, you are a number, a New York State number, and we own you.
Listen to Shock Incarceration on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Shock Incarceration and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Reese Impact Windows are guaranteed for life and transferable when you sell. ReeseWindows.com.
No, it's okay. We're good. We're back, folks. How are you? We're back. I had a rare break on my side from the software that I used to play all of the rejoins. Not sure exactly why that happened. Let's see if I got audio now. Yeah, now I do. That is very, very bizarre. But just pretend that we're right now coming back from a break. Hang out with our friends. If you have any issues, go to millsair.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This is the news.
The story, and it said in Florida, they're trying to tell people to be extra careful and make smart decisions about trying raw milk because people are getting sick. And I'm like,
no, duh.
Who are these people? Why? Who is the person that so desires raw milk?
And
that
who's selling it?
I picture it as a real nefarious transaction. Like it's some
Straight
big container.
From the udder, please.
I just find that it's one of the more weird phenomenons out there. I know people are like this, especially like hippy dippy people will be like, oh, once you get all those impurities in it, it's no longer good. You're supposed to have it this way. And I'm like, I don't think we were supposed to be drinking milk from the animals anyways.
Correct.
I think we were supposed to be drinking milk from our moms. And then at a certain age, you tend to turn that down. Some people. But the whole raw milk thing from animals, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to get sick from raw animal milk. I have no desire to eat that or try it out? Or
I tried it.
I don't know. Did you?
Took a little sip.
Raw milk?
Of raw milk.
Cow?
Where'd you get this from?
Yeah,
Where at?
from a farm.
What'd you think? Is it delicious?
It was like a
Worth the
really it was like a really creamy whole milk, but probably
Because
tastes a little thicker.
I love a good cold glass of a 2%.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not because I feel like my bones need to get stronger. It's because it's delicious, especially with cake or cookies.
It seems
But
like it's
that's
ice
the
cream levels
extent
of
of it.
thickness. It's too much. I don't know that. I mean, maybe more of you like this, and I'm the weird one here. Maybe it's like, oh my god, I gotta get the raw milk. Honestly, I would rather
When you buy it, it's for feeding animals. You know, it's clearly labeled.
That's what it says
For animals.
like just like fireworks are for scaring off the birds in the fields. Yeah, I promise I'm not lying about this at all.
I scared a lot of birds this 4th of July.
Yeah, and poppers are for VHS and cleaning days.
Yeah. I have to tell you a couple of things on the way out here, but one thing was this weekend, I kind of made it a bit of a tradition that each year when Lollapalooza is going down in Chicago, I've been before. I've been to Lollapalooza beforehand, and then Lollapalooza was just a Chicago thing. And they stream it each year, and it's kind of fun. It's like really nice to tune in, and you feel like you're at a music festival and you're getting that experience and you're getting introduced to a bunch of new music. But I had forgotten about it. I forgot like on Friday and Saturday. And on Sunday, we were about to go out and get some dinner. And I said, oh, I did want to watch at least a little bit of the Lollapalooza thing. So when I kicked it on, there wasn't much for options, but I wanted to watch something. So I watched a group called Boys Next Door with a Z. And it was like a K-pop a group performing on the stage at Lollapalooza. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like, it's K-pop. They don't really speak English that good. They speak it pretty good, better than I speak Korean for sure. But like they messed up a lot of words. Like, you know, we are really very excited to be here in Chicago. In the blowy city. You're like, no, you got somebody that's a miscommunication, mistranslation. It's the windy city, pal. And then he'd go, let me hear you say yeah. And then the crowd would say yeah, and he'd be like, that's too small. You could do it bigger than that. And like everything that they were saying was like in this weird way. And there was nothing else on the streams. So I just watched this whole performance from this K-pop group. They almost won me over by the end, but they didn't. I'm saying I'm not a fan of K-pop at the moment.
Like, but it was pop music.
Yes, and there was like, can somebody look up Boys with the Z Next Door? There must have been 8 of them in the band. There was a lot of them, more so than like New Kids or one of the boy bands that we might be more familiar with. There was a lot
Boys
of
with Fun.
Boys Next Door, I thought.
Boy Next Door, the one word?
Yeah. Maybe it's Boy Next Door?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Boy Next Door, all one word, is the band. How many guys are in that band?
12?
Looks like
They look like little kids.
6 members.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there looked like there was so many more of them on the stage.
It says, there might have been some backup dancers and stuff. You don't know which ones are in the band, not in the band. Group consists of 6 members. Here goes nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sungho, Riwoo, Jaehyun, Taesan, Leehan, and Woonhak.
Something wrong. Those all could have been fake for all we know. They were like so honed in, man.
Beautiful skin.
They knew exactly what they were doing. Like it would get quiet and they go to talk to the crowd and they go, Leehan wants to address you guys, but be careful. Leehan's known as the bad boy of Boys Next Door. And then Leehan would go up and be like, they told me I couldn't say many things into a microphone. And, just everybody playing all the roles. It was unbelievable. They had it down pat, man. These guys, they were really, there was a huge crowd too. There was a huge crowd for these things. I think people don't understand how global K-pop actually is. One of the top shows right now on Netflix is a K-pop like animation thing. K-pop Dragon Hunter or something.
Yeah.
That's on, what is it, Dragon Hunter K-pop? Hang on, Hunter. on Netflix. Like, this is hugely, hugely popular. K-pop Demon Hunters is one of the top things on Netflix right now. People go nuts for this whole thing. They didn't win me over all the way, but I was almost there.
Crazy enough, you watched Boy Next Door over the weekend. I randomly had a wild hair and decided to rewatch The Girl Next Door. That movie?
That was a fun one.
That movie is
risque.
I have so many questions.
Who's in this?
Now that you're a father?
No, it's not even about being a father. It's just like, you remember The Girl Next Door?
Yeah, this one. What's that blonde girl's name?
Eliza Cuthbert?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I might be getting that wrong.
About. Yeah.
Where she was a porn star, and then the high schooler fell in love with her, and there are just a lot of how did this get made
Sex
questions.
ed vid.
Yeah.
Very early 2000s.
That people don't realize, because when we go forward, it's easier to see things that are moving in a different direction than the same direction. I know that seems weird, but that actually makes sense if you pull it apart. So how I'll explain is, when there was a big movement, when all of these young people started to take media positions, when social media started going in one direction, when corporations started to all go in this like woke direction, as people call it, in like a simple way, everybody pointed this out. It's like, oh, okay, and all this stuff is bad and obnoxious and annoying, and certainly I did my share of that. But when you go back to the early 2000s, we were in a whole different spot with these movies, and people didn't realize it because that was just it. That was ever present. It was The Girl Next Door. I told you guys about when Courtney and I rewatched House Bunny, and House Bunny is like, there's so many lines in it. When you're watching that movie, you're going, oh my, damn. Or I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, I think was one that I watched. And I go,
how about Reno 911?
Sure, I'm sure.
It's
like all those
hilarious, but boy, it was at a time where it's like, there's no way the internet's going to be a thing that it's not just for email.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are.
Girl Next Door just had a lot of, aside from a lot of really cringe moments in it, there were a lot of times where I was like, how old is everybody supposed to be here? How, he has to go.
You thought it was a Lil Tay situation? You didn't like who's underage that we're looking at here?
There's a scene where he gets drugged by Timothy Oliphant's character, which honestly thought I forgot he was even in that, and I forgot that whole character altogether. Drugs the dude, and then he has to go to a dinner for this scholarship that he's trying to get, and there are a bunch of people drinking at the dinner, and it's like, why are they serving alcohol at this thing? It's for high schoolers.
It was a different time, baby. Whole different world back then. Last thing on the Las Vegas front, somebody sends this along. A news story from a handful of days ago. It says Las Vegas tipped workers, people who make their money off of tips, say that their income has fallen by more than half amid this tourism plunge that they're claiming is actually happening in Las Vegas. If you missed that, we were discussing that earlier on in the show with some people from Vegas telling us what their experience was with this. All right, when we come back, we'll get more thoughts on that. All the other things that we discussed throughout the course of the Monday show. Final dispatch of stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Inter Miami comes to town to play Orlando City this Sunday. Will Lionel Messi play? Be there to find out. Your chance to win tickets happens later today on the Jim Colbert Show. Today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This week's going to be stormy. Yeah, we're going to have morning sunshine, a fast warm-up, 90 by lunchtime, high today 95, then a 60 to 70% chance for thunderstorms. Gusty winds, lots of lightning, and this will be a trend that lasts all week long. You know, a lot of us actually need the rain, and it looks like we have a pretty decent chance of getting a lot of rain. Could be a little bit more than we want. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Hurricane season's here, and it only takes one bad storm, to be a huge headache for you and for your family. You got to protect your home with hurricane impact windows from my friends at Reese Windows and Doors. They're affordable, energy efficient. They come with a double lifetime warranty. It transfers when you sell the house. It increases the value of your home, and it increases your peace of mind. And my friends at Reese Windows have been installing for over 50 years all over the state of Florida. They're very familiar with the industry, and most windows installed in less than 8 weeks. Buy 2 windows now, get 1 free. Installations included for a free quote. And to
folks, rate the show, rate the show, rate the show. Rate the show. 6.1. 6.1. I'm being generous. We'll take an 8. An 8 is very gracious and nice. Beautiful, in fact. YouTubers aren't voted. And YouTubers are going to vote 1. Although I would like you, if you don't mind, I would like you to still like the stream, if you don't mind. All right, if you're on YouTube, I know we cut you out today. We didn't hear from you. You played no dispatches? Is that true? Did I not play any? We got time here at the end. We have so much time. So much time. 3 minutes, in fact. How about you like this stream? Matthew, we'll see you tomorrow. I got to go get Today I Learned. I'll be right back. Here we go. Who's our chatter of the day? Who is our chatter of the day? Not many of you. Two minutes. 2 minutes. Chatter of the day, Kevin from YouTube. Congratulations, Kevin. Kevin, your commentary has been a thing to witness. All of us collectively are sort of trying to figure out what to make of it, but certainly it stands out on a day like this, which is why your chatter of the day, for obvious reasons. Congratulations. You did it. They said it couldn't be done. Somebody says 2 minutes left in the show. There's more than 2 minutes. There's more than 2 minutes. I can look right here. There's more than 3 minutes. There's a whopping 4 minutes of the show left, okay?
12 months. Bonus offer. The first 50 callers get a free True Scene insect screen upgrade.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Just like Chelsea said, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. 4 white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. For crunch time, get the DQ Chicken Strip Basket delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Radio 104.5
Like a car crash you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Before people get mad and start torching the house down, we will play some dispatches. We will play some dispatches on the way out. In fact, we're going to do the final dispatches right here.
These are the final dispatches,
Let's do it.
But Sean will probably only play one.
The time has arrived. Let's see what you have on your mind, and let's get into these final dispatches here. Hang on, let me reprint that and put this up. Here says Shelby Dawn, is talking about Chat GPT.
Hey, junkies. Sean, do you ever wonder what ChatGPT knows and has learned about you? There's a way to go into like your settings and your like saved memories to see like what things it has learned about you based on your searches. I'd be very intrigued to see yours.
Probably a lot. Yeah. I mean, between TNJ AI and just searching, I use AI a lot. I ask AI a lot of stuff, and I find it to be a useful tool. So it's picked up a lot of stuff about me, I'm sure. Last one here. Here's username.
Hi, gang. Quick Vegas report. I was there last month for a concert at the Sphere, and it was definitely less crowded than I've seen it in the past.
Really?
It was also very expensive. I spent $7 at breakfast for a mini little glass bottle of soda and $45 for a plate of chicken and waffles. Not fun. Thanks. Bye.
Better bet some good chicken and waffles for that. No, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty good. Vegas has some good food, but all right, that'll have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of the way. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, August 4th, 2025. Your resident Boys Next Door fan or Boy Next Door or whatever they're called, the K-pop sensations.
Bigger, smaller.
Today I Learned for a Monday, August 4th, 2025. Today I learned this movie right here.
Mary.
No. E.T. Yes, that's right. E.T. Steven Spielberg originally requested to use M&M's for E.T., but Mars responded saying, "We're going to need to see the script, pal." And he said, "I'm not sharing anything about the movie. I don't want anything out there." And that's why they moved over to Reese's Pieces, or as I said it for like 2/3 of my life, Reese's Pieces. Probably the wrong way.
Still do it every time.
Made a mistake there. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
If I hate to go.
Billy.
John Denver. John Denver. That John Denver was full of ass, huh?
John the Rocky Denver. Mountains would be a lot rockier than this.
So enraged by his divorce settlement that he cut his marital bed. You call it your marital bed? That seems strange. Marital bed in half with a chainsaw after nearly choking his ex-wife. Well, shouldn't they have led with that? Choking the ex-wife seems like more egregious than cutting the bed in half. But he was mad about that whole thing, I guess. All right, let's get the hell out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Missing the show, get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.